to the Friends of Oasis.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Could you repeat the Twitch channel? Because I have a squirrel brain.
Yeah, it's NIX_IT. And we should be live right now so you guys can see. Oh, and Fluff, you can do the bot, right?
Which bot?
The music bot for in here?
Yeah.
Why don't you find us just a general fantasy playlist? Just general. We're not gonna go to just anything.
Or are we talking about
Cracks fingers. All right, let me go hunting.
once you win the jackpot?
Okay. Wait, is something playing on my end or is that something playing on somebody else's then?
Somebody else's.
Okay. I can never tell when I go live if I have something going off to the side or something.
Is someone gambling right now?
Dude, let's do it. You know what? Fuck the game. Let's just fucking
Let's go to Vegas.
Oh God, is my blurb gonna play?
Okay. So you guys, in general, you guys got your character sheets. You got everything. Does everyone?
It's time to.
Wow, that is louder than I remember. I mean, I guess I usually have music on. That was aggressive, Cal.
It's a random general mix. We'll go with this.
Yeah. Anything. Oh shit. Ideally, that's not super famous, so we don't get pinged by DMCA. But no, not your thing's fine. I think you're allowed to use up to 14 or 10 or something seconds before you have to pay for something. So you're allowed to do that.
Here we go. No copyright.
Yeah, that's just anything with no copyright. That's why I always have to play NCS playlist. Since Twitch cracked down on, I don't know, fun.
They cracked down on fun, but if they're okay with tits.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
fine.
they gotta make money. They gotta make money.
But if you play any music, you're fucked. Can't have that.
Does anybody have any questions or anything before we get going, like for their character or about playing or anything?
I'm just gonna warn everybody now. The bot's coming in, so if your ears explode, get ready to turn the bot down.
I never did the health thing.
Oh yeah, let's do that real quick then. Just roll 2d8s.
Oh, that's right. We can't play music with the bot anymore. Discord doesn't allow music bots anymore.
What? Since like 2 minutes ago?
No,
it's to comply with.
Yeah,
I forgot. Bots are getting shut down for music because of the same thing.
They are killing me.
Stupid.
Okay.
I totally forgot. I went to put it in. It was like, by the way, Rhythm Bot no longer works. And I was like, oh.
D8s, right?
Hmm?
Oh.
These
I'm
guys.
supposed to roll D8s?
Oh yeah. Go ahead and roll 2d8s in whatever program you like to roll your dice in.
Jesus Christ, I got a 2 and a 1.
Okay, so in that case, you're gonna take the average for both, which is 5. And you have a +3 for con, so you're gonna actually add 16 to your HP.
All together?
Yeah. So 16 plus your 11 to make it 27. Oh, Dick Dak's already in. Yeah, I could see you chat over there for a minute until we get started. Then I got to ignore you so I can do my job badly. Okay. But yeah, now you should have a little bit more HP.
Yeah, just a little.
I'll gift you 10 subs if you kill off Verusid. Well, shit, that's a lot of money. I'm real corrupt here, bro. I'm real corrupt over here.
Slides you the 10 subs kind of coupon under the table.
Dude, the layout kind of came together. I'm kind of looking at it. I'm kind of. It looks pretty good. You guys look good up there.
I have been kind of an asshole to him lately, so I get it.
So you deserve it, is what you're saying.
I kind of deserve it.
I should balance.
It is what it is.
I'm hoping we'll fight in game though. That would be the best.
That would be so funny if it went that way. Dude, do you know how hard it is to get that many adults together for a game? If it came in down to like a 10-man
Oh my God.
I mean,
that'd be
as soon as somebody's turn, as soon as you end your turn, you could go take a nap, make a sandwich. I'm
already nervous
to do a lot of things.
Basically.
I'm already nervous about a 5-man party here. Okay. Oh, my dice rolling app. Let me get my dice rolling app out. I guess I'll probably need to roll some dice.
You're not gonna roll real dice.
No, I like, because I'm not rolling for a character, I think digital dice is just
See, as a
easier.
DM, I'm already judging you. I can't believe it.
I don't have the room. There's no room here. Are you seeing what I'm working with here? If I could screen share, you guys would be like, what in the
I
fuck?
have a box. You can roll into.
A what?
Box.
No, I just meant like, where am I going to put the box? The stream deck takes up the right side.
Move it.
Oh, you've got a stream now.
Yeah, my stream deck's over here.
I've always wanted to get one of those. I just haven't.
All my
nice.
junk is to the
And
left.
I'm
My
sure it
wiener takes up
is.
the middle.
He just set it up. It's real cool.
Okay. Here we go. All right, I think I got everything I need. I probably forgot something and have to start like over in 10 seconds, but okay. You guys all have Roll20?
Mhm.
We're not going to use it too much, but just if you want to reference anything, you can see the world map there. I kind of showed that to some of you guys. So we're going to be on the continent is the world is Penumbra. Our continent is Erevan. General rundown. According to the talk of the land and the spies who gather information on the continent, it's an exciting place to live if you're seeking adventure. The country of Ravengard to the north has rumblings of civil war and rebellion against the king. Oh, we're getting sub-gold already 8 seconds in. That is distracting as shit. I never thought about that in the game. I'm like, you walk into a room, fucking music blasts into my ears like from the side. Thank you for that sub. The Civil War is brewing in Ravengard. The United Tribes to the south have been sending out raiding parties for honor and glory and gold into Larunda and Valdoon to steal from their coffers. And there are whispers of Castonia and Garin that are on the verge of full-on open warfare due to discrepancies over land shared in sort of the middle of the continent. For our purposes today, though, we're going to be starting in Larunda. You can see down there with the little zoom in we got. That's the richest country on the continent of Penumbra. It's largely controlled by families with powerful and old names, currently run by a high council of elected officials that use money and bribes and influence to get elected. And while there is a queen, many are quite aware that she's primarily a figurehead and that the council sort of controls power. The money is sort of everything here, and it's definitely it's American. It's very American. You guys are gonna feel at home if you're familiar with America.
This feels right at home.
Okay, but that's just a rundown of some of that stuff, just the general world that we're going to be playing in. Jump up to getting our story kicked off.
Don't worry, I won't flash the brand on stream. It's non-disclosed energy drink.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. You got to drink with your brand away. Apparently, well, unless you're green.
Yeah.
I guess unless you're green screened. Oh wait, that doesn't green screen out. I thought the green part would. I didn't think the mountain would show. And we're pulled. Okay.
Yep.
Get ready for your railroad intro. Dude, that scared the shit out of me. That's gonna have to go. The fucking sound.
You can edit the sounds for like the stream if you wanted.
I'm gonna have to for fucking like when we're doing the game. I'm gonna get scared while I'm narrating. Okay. Hydrate. Soda doesn't count as hydrating. Each of you stands, fully outfitted and geared in full armor and weaponry. You feel confused, as though you should know the faces of the people around you, but you can't quite place them. You feel a deep connection to them, and yet cannot tell why. The ground under your feet is a mottled mass of crawling spiders, insects, wet dirt, grass, blood, bones, and rotting flesh. As you look around, you can only see about 60 feet in any direction, and the terrain then turns to smoky black darkness with wisps of shadowy tendrils dancing at the edges. There's no sky, moon, or stars to be seen, just emptiness. Empty and dark. Get your mood set. Your attention is suddenly drawn by a voice. A young man in front of you, handsome, whose attractive features, lithe frame, and pointed ears mark his part elven heritage. His hair is a shaggy dark brown mop with only fuzz and wisps of hair making up his beard. His eyes are a bright amber, and they feel like they almost glow in the dark space. His voice rings out in the dark in front of all of you, sort of breaking the silence. You thought we'd let you get away with this? Larunda will not. Ralstead will not. I stand here for the Mages Guild, and we will not. He gestures to all of you and himself. So you guys are kind of standing there in the dark when this happens, and as this is sort of unfolding, two humanoid shapes of average human size walk out of the shadows and into view. One is a heavily armored female frame, and the other a lightly armored male. Their voices and faces are obscured sort of by swirling shadows, but you can hear the voices cackling and piercing through the stillness. They're kind of walking towards you guys. What do you want to do?
What kind of armor?
We're geared, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
you guys are in full
Okay.
gear. Yep, you are 100% in full gear. Again, like you guys see each other, and you don't.
Okay.
There's something in your mind that you don't recognize each other, and yet there feels like you've known each other for a very long time.
Okay.
Does it feel like malicious, these people that are approaching us?
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
Nuntius, you can just talk.
They're cackling, they're walking aggressively at you. They're far away and they're striding. They're not like running at full space, but they're sort of cackling coming out of the darkness, and the wisps.
They're kind of doing the mom fast walk towards us
Exactly.
with
And
ambition. Okay.
The wisps sort of covering
Determination.
their face are similar to the edges of where the area cuts off, so you can sort of tell that they're a part of this gross world with this mottled stuff all over the ground.
So I
Okay.
just want to use my cantrip produce flame just so we get a little more light going on in here.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you produce that flame, you can tell it lights up a small orb around you, like it sheds light on each other's faces, on your materials in a very slight area around you, but it's almost like the darkness crushes it in, so it's like a pressure keeping that light only sort of in your local area.
Do I feel as though I want to protect these people? Do I feel a kinship to them?
I think you do feel a kinship. It feels like whatever happened to lead to this moment where you were all standing together, you know it was important, but it's almost like it's just at the back of your mind. You can't quite remember what it is right now.
Then on a whim, I think he's just going. And Arya's just going to reach over to the. Let's make this random. I don't know who I'm gonna put this on.
That's what I like to hear.
I don't know
Let
you
the
did
dice
yet.
decide.
Okay. I'm going to look over to the turtle and cast Sanctuary on them.
Okay, while all that's happening, all you guys hear is like the clinking of armor just coming off. Like, obviously, my character is very uncomfortable with so much armor on, so she's just gonna be like, "God, what the fuck? God damn it!" And she's gonna be taking off her fucking armor.
That's fair.
Hell
I
yeah.
guess, traditionally, I originally meant just armored in whatever armor you wore, but I like the idea
Okay,
that that's fair.
okay.
That's fair. No, yeah, I guess that's a good point.
When I imagined it, I was like, "Oh, you put us in like plate armor."
I did say you were all fully armored and outfitted. I meant
Like
in what
heavily
you wear,
armored.
but no,
I'm over
that's
here
fair.
in, like full plate, tower shield. I've got a mace probably the size of a small infant.
Wait, I don't use a great sword.
Yeah, this doesn't seem right.
This
You
isn't my
guys
lane.
are
Where do we
all now
go?
level 20 fighters. That's the rule.
Yeah. We're level 20 paladins.
And as you, yeah, go ahead.
Do we get like an evil? Do I get like an evil vibe from them? Can I like make a perception check or something, or like an insight check, and like see if
Yeah.
I feel some kind of evil vibe
Definitely,
going on
yeah.
here?
Make an insight check.
Okay, so what do I roll? Then I go to the dice rolls.
Yeah, you can do it a couple ways. You can use your own dice roll, you can use Roll20, or you can use the Discord, whatever you want to do, and then you just add the modifier from your sheet that should be on the left-hand side to that. If you do it in Roll20, it might get added automatically.
Roll 20 will do it automatically.
Well, I don't know if he has his whole full sheet set up.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have his full sheet in Roll20 yet, I don't think. So yeah, you'll want to roll like either a real dice or on the dice roll, and then add your insight modifier to that.
You roll like a d20 and then add your
Insight.
Yep, that's absolutely right. I didn't check the dice roller in Discord to see if it was going to work today. I use Teal 3D dice roller a lot of times. That's my favorite one.
the dice roller should work. It's on a music bot, so
Okay,
I hope it does.
that's is it insight or perception, DM?
You can use whichever one you like. They're kind of similar. I mean, they're different, but they're kind of perception is technically places, insight's technically people. So you could kind of do
Okay.
either depending on whether you're more
Um,
looking at them or the way they're moving.
that's an 18
Yeah, absolutely. You're going insight or perception.
insight.
Yeah. You as you watch them walk, the sound of the cackling, the fact that they seem like they fit into this place, the fact that they don't seem confused and worried the way that maybe some of you feel. To you, it seems as though they mean harm to you.
Okay. How far away are they?
They're about 30 feet right now, but they're closing in and walking.
Are they speaking to each other at all, or is it just silent marching towards us?
Right now, they're more like laughing, like a very, very like
Okay.
like cackling as they sort of.
My
walk past
girl's
you.
gonna start laughing.
You're gonna start laughing with them.
She's gonna like mock them and also laugh, like she's like
Okay.
part of it.
All right.
Hell yeah.
As you sort of start to laugh, they stop. They stop their laughing, and
Like, what
the
hell?
male in the light armor sort of like ducks down, like he's gonna take off running, and he bursts into shadow and disappears. He instantly appears between you guys and the middle of you, where your ally is, the man that was yelling out, our little half elf, and his hands glow with bright orange energy as he unleashes a burning hands and blows that half elf into smoke, essentially. And as that's sort of happening, you guys hear the sound of metal piercing flesh and a scream. And as that smoke sort of clears, you can see that the female has capitalized on this to run through your ally with a sword. That the flesh has been torn and he is now on the ground bleeding.
All of the courage that Inaria just had is gone. He casts Longstrider on himself, and he runs away.
Yeah. Okay. That's
fucking,
working. They don't seem worried about you right now, so that you move away, no opportunity attacks, no anything like that. You can escape that.
Okay, then I'm 40 feet away.
Yeah.
Well, nope.
Yep.
my character's just gonna be like, ooh, that looks pretty bad over there.
Yep.
Now, did we feel a sense of kinship to the party and him, or just the party?
Sort of to everyone. You whatever, like sort of. You can tell this is a big moment, and again, it sort of is tearing away at your mind. Like you don't remember how you got there, but you know that the only way you could have gotten here is by working together and by being allies.
Assuming that they're now in the middle of us, so they're within range, right?
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll strike at him. The one that did the burning hands with my spear, if that's all right.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an attack.
Sweet. Two-handed, because I'm not one-handing that. Oh, I didn't mean to click it. No, I'll take that roll. Well, it's an 11, so.
Yeah. Nope. That's gonna hit.
Okay. And 5.
All right. As you swing through him, it looks as though you cut, as though a slash comes and that it takes a chunk out of his flesh and out of his coat, but then it sort of instantly smoky tendrils back over as if no damage was ever done at all.
Okay.
So they're still there?
Yes, they're still there, and they're now turning to walk away from all of you, leaving your friend bleeding on the ground.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go up to the guy bleeding out, and I'm gonna try to use Cure Wounds on him,
Yeah, absolutely.
patch him up, which is
So I've got music playing, so if I start randomly bobbing my head, that's why.
No, you guys can have music going for sure.
But our friend is between us and these two, right?
Yeah, they're sort
thought
of
he was in the
retreating
middle
now.
of
Yeah, they're retreating now. So they've sort of are just walking away, continuing to cackle as they walk away, happy with the sort of fear and damage that they've wrought.
While she's casting that, I'm gonna take out my whip and I'm gonna try and I guess what would it be like? Not ensnare, but I'm gonna try and wrap my whip around them to
Yeah.
see if I can get them.
Make an attack roll.
Oh wait, I can actually. I have a dice.
Yeah, go for it.
I know my brain was like, yeah, roll 20. Oh wait, no, I have dice.
Right, right. That's a 4. Plus, it's not gonna matter, but
Yep.
7.
All right, you whip out, but they're now essentially out of range. Your whip cracks at the distance, and they're sort of already that 10 feet away, and it comes just short.
Can I use Chronal Shift? So she can re-roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so
Pretty cool.
essentially, what's that? How do you imagine that looks like for you? You know, you guys are free to describe as much as you want. Is that sort of a time reverse? Like, do we process that in any way in the game?
I will just kind of see what she's doing, and I will instinctively like, because I feel like kinship towards her, right?
Yes.
So I will just see what she's trying to attempt, and then just pull my hand together, and it will just like you guys probably won't notice anything, but it will kind of pull back in time just a little bit. A little
Interesting.
bit.
Okay, so my girl, she failed the first time, so this time she's gonna like. Obviously, she's gonna do it again. She got a 14.
Okay, yeah. So that's going to for a split second, like it shows wrapped around who you going after, the boy?
The
Which
one,
one?
whoever her our
Yeah.
colleague friend.
Well, they both did. They both did.
Okay, I
Burning
don't
hands.
care.
Okay. Then you whip after. You're gonna whip after the mage, the guy that did burning hands.
And like for a split second, I'm like confused because I'm like, wow, deja vu.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that the whip wraps around sort of his arm and catches him in place for a moment, and then as you go to pull, it's like it slips through his body, and they sort of disappear into the darkness in front of
Oh,
you.
fuck. Okay.
Everything you sort of have tried, they've been like it's almost as if they all land, but something is keeping them from harm.
I'm just gonna yell out, I tried, guys. I don't know what happened.
And as the cure wounds is going down on the our half elf friend, it's a really similar story. You lean down, something that you may have done or feels like you've done 100 times to heal these wounds, and nothing seems to happen. The light glows. Everything that you've ever done is working the way it feels like it's supposed to, but the wound continues to bleed and doesn't heal up. And as he sort of looks up to you guys, his eyes well up, and he says, "I don't want to die here in this place, not like this." And at that moment, you sort of hear this deep, crushing, layered voice of like, "That's the fear we're looking for," and you all snap awake in a cold sweat in the bed you went to bed to in last night. That's
As I wake up, I reach behind me and sling some acid at the ceiling.
yeah. It just melts part of your ceiling. It starts dripping down like all of the, and it takes a moment for you to sort of gather your senses and realize that it was just a horrible nightmare, but it felt very, very real.
Oh,
My
not
girl
again.
just
And there's another hole a few inches away from that one.
Yeah.
my girl's just gonna be like in a panic, and she's gonna start feeling her body, and she's like, she's naked. Like she's naked. She's like, okay, not wearing clothes.
Oh, all right.
That's what I was really worried about. Am I in armor? I don't like it.
Yep. So your character sleeps naked. That's canon. That's 100% canon.
Yep.
It's in the game. But for some of you, you might be at home. For some, you might be just passing through a town in a tavern, at a small campsite in the wood, or even a cabin on a boat. Sort of wherever you are in the world, this dream struck you. And it's very early morning, and the thought of going to sleep again and to risk falling back into that dream puts a sort of icy cold pit in your stomach, if only for a moment. The dream seemed like very real. The people around you felt really very real, and the brutal death of that young man felt very real. But blazed into your minds are the words that he yelled in the dream: Larunda, Ralstead, and the Mages Guild. And you feel a calling and an urge to seek this place out, whether that's to put to bed the idea that it exists at all, or to stop something from happening, or just because you're curious to see how it all plays out. It could differ, the reason that you feel connected to this now, but for some reason, it hits you hard, and you feel a need to sort of search this out and find out what this was about.
All right.
What did you say, Rick? Larunda, Mages Guild, and
Ralstead. So if you have Roll20 pulled up, Ralstead is a city just southeast of the rotting forest in Larunda, kind of zoomed in. I have like a little picture. It's just a city in Larunda. But that's the words that he chose. So he seems to be from the Mages Guild in Ralstead. And some of you I've talked to about where your characters are from. So for some of you, this could be a great journey. Like I know,
Oh, this is quite the travel.
yeah, I know Roku talked about being from Western, like Valdoon, all the way on the west side. I don't know if everyone picked a place. I don't know Bartimius. Is it Bartimius?
yeah,
Bartimius?
yeah. I'm from
Like Ravengard, did we decide?
yeah,
Yeah.
Ravengard.
So for some of you, this might be quite the trip. And if you didn't pick somewhere to be from, you might be just traveling or anything like that. But for some reason, you're called to this. Like that, it puts such a pit of fear and worry in you that you feel like you have to seek out this and find out what's wrong.
So I'm gonna go ahead and like get up out of bed and put clothes on. Obviously,
Boring.
she's gonna leave her room, and it like opens up into this tavern inn. Like she just kind of sleeps at the end, and she's gonna go up and get like a fucking ale right dead in the morning, and she's gonna start asking if there's anybody there about Ralstead, if people know anything about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Where are you stationed at? Do you know where you're at ish in the world?
No.
Okay.
I'll just say Larunda. I'll just say Larunda.
Yeah, if you're traveling in Larunda
What
already,
area has the best alcohol? That's probably where she's gonna be.
yeah, Larunda actually.
Not entirely like true.
Larunda has
She's kinda
actually a
like
lot of
alcohol.
really fine alcohols because it's so rich. Again, it's as far as medieval
salty
or
dog
fantasy
ale.
goes, it's very American. They have some of the finest things. Places are more likely to have upscale things. But if you're traveling through Larunda, they can definitely provide you the information that you need. Like they'll know Ralstead exists. The Mages Guild used to be sort of a big site in the area, back in like a long time ago. So people do know of it in the area.
But like, what kind of town is it?
Yeah.
Like, is it a rich town? Is it poor? Like, what
Yeah.
kind of town is
No,
it?
they would tell you it's as far as Larunda goes, it's very average, but to other parts of the world, that would still sort of come off as fairly rich.
Mm.
It's got good stone buildings a lot of times. There's not as much shanty work. There's lots of like stone buildings and good like wood buildings. It's not just lean-tos. It's a big spot for merchanting. A lot of people gather there to sort of sell their wares and things like that as well.
My girl's gonna finish her pint and she's gonna make her way there because it sounds like a place where she can do her fighting, that she could maybe possibly make some money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Does anybody else have any business? Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm currently in Valdoon, within just maybe outside the hissing woods, coming from my small village over there, and kind of camped out with my own little tent, bedroll. I was probably leaned up against a tree, sleeping when I awoke. With the thoughts of going to Ralstead kind of constantly in my head, I decided it's probably within my best interest to head over there, as it's in Larunda, and I know a little bit about Larunda, not much. As a Vieira, I don't really leave my village, so I've already kind of out of my comfort zone anyway. But from hearing the words and stuff, knowing that it's one of the richer parts of the world, it's a good place to make money to continue the journey that I'm going on my own. But so I decided that also it's probably not a bad stop to maybe figure out what the dream means, if it means anything in a world like this. Strange dreams are uncommon, probably should be looked into. So I decided to pack up my little camp, maybe look at a poorly drawn map and try to understand it to the best of my ability. I'm kind of like
Poorly as
flipping.
in like stick figures
Yeah,
or
it's stick figures with like crew drawings. I've got it like upside down, turning it around, kind of cocking my head, looking at it.
He bought it from a guy that said,
Yeah.
best old maps in the West. Best old maps
I
in the
fell
West.
for the
out here."
marketing scheme just right outside of the village. Some dwarf guy was like, "Yeah, best map in the area, man." I was like, sold. And I was like, "This is
What's
not a
that
good map."
giant brown lake? Oh,
Everybody knows that dwarves are the best wayfinders above ground. That's just a fact. That's just a fact.
Yeah. I was like, man, I think that guy scammed me. Well, according to the map, it's that way. So I start heading in some direction, hopefully the right one.
Yep.
Were you in the rotting forest?
I was in the hissing woods all the way on the opposite
Yeah,
side of
he's
the
over in
country.
our green. He started in our green country. So for him, this is a cross country trip to explore and to investigate.
I got that cross country mileage. All right,
you got legs
got
like no other.
I got legs like no other.
When you get there, you're actually level 6 because you.
Yeah.
And his legs are just like so big.
They are swole as fuck.
you just have like a pouch full of orc ears you need to turn into the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah. Along the way, you know.
God.
I mean, I'm already a rabbit humanoid, so my legs already got the hops. I'm just
Oh, wait.
jumping there, you know.
I forgot you.
Full
I
sprint.
literally thought you said rabid humanoid. I was like, I don't remember talking about that. I thought you said rabid, like rabies.
No.
Rabbit.
Man.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
As for Inaria, I don't really know where he's from, but he forgets about the dream next day. Like he does not have that big of an attention span.
Yeah.
But he just so happens to be going to Larunda anyways. His mother is sick, and he's looking for better medicine since he can't cure her himself. So might as well. Maybe Ralstead just so happened to be the first town he goes to.
Yeah, absolutely. Nope, that's the Mages Guild does have some healers, so that's not actually a bad place, especially if you're already near Larunda and you're in the country already or near there. It would not be a bad stop to look for that. It's a rich country. They do have access to magic and things, so it's not a bad spot. And Bartimius.
Yeah, I'm probably in Lori already because I had to get out of Ravengard a little while back, and I'm probably just waking up in a tavern, like blackout, drunk on a table or something like this, like
Lowry's
covered in my own puke.
That's the capital city, so there's plenty of choices from very fine establishments to absolute like shithole bars that you can choose from with brown swill, whatever you like the most.
Yeah, I'm probably like super shook up about it and extremely worried about what just happened, and I probably will just take another drink and try and think about it some more.
Yeah, absolutely. Little hair of the
Probably.
dog never hurt.
Yep.
Okay, and Quart.
You mean a tavern? Sorry.
So I'm actually from Larunda. I was born off the coast. And I've been traveling about and I'm currently in the rotting forest, just looking for some, nutrients, some berries and mushrooms and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'm just in the area still. I kind of remember about the Mage Guild and the Dream, but all these cities and all these human settlements are all the same to me.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So, then as you guys are sort of coming to that, you'll sort of arrive at different times, but eventually you will all be there at the same time. So some of you might get there sooner and have a little time to explore or see the sights, to look around a little bit. If you came from somewhere like the capital, it might be a smaller city, but overall, it's definitely a medium city, bigger than a lot of places that you might have been, especially if you're from only villages or outside of the city areas. It's very bustling for even for its size. There's lots of people. Instead of just like there are the sort of buildings where people sell items, do trades, live, and things like that. But there's also a lot of tents and things set up that are ornate with signs that are sort of pointing at hawking items, weapons, armors, jewelry, foods, trinkets, anything. Like it feels very anything you want, you could sort of just get on the street here. People sort of handing things off to you, like trying to get your attention when you walk by. And as you guys come into town, uh, right in the town square, there's a nice little pub that sort of has that inn above it as well. That's called the Lowbourne's Pride. So that is a place that a lot of people would tell you to stay. It's right in the center of town, sort of has access to everything if you're seeing the sights in town. And for some of you, you probably get there sooner. Roku probably is going to be our last to arrive. It sounds like.
I ended up in Goldcrest at some point. The banners weren't right. I got lost.
Well, like by the time I guess his character comes out, I'm gonna have like like you said that there's lots of merchants and stuff out in
Yeah.
like the town square or whatever. I'm gonna kind of like set up my own like almost like a boxing rink, like not ring.
Mhm.
Not so much like has like all the rope or whatever, but it's more of just like a circle on the ground and a little sign that's like fight me. And so like I
Okay.
don't know how many people are
Oh,
gonna try and
yeah.
fight me, but she's got a little chair and she's just kind of like sitting back until like waiting for people to come to her.
You're pulling off the good old Ulfgar showmanship.
Yeah,
First
we,
thing.
we we actually can't come to Ralstead without somebody making a scene. That's my favorite
Yeah.
part about Ralstead. It's
Because
Someone's
like
gotta
I
make
don't know
some
how
kind of scene.
established I am by the time he comes.
yeah,
so.
no, absolutely. Especially you're playing a female character.
Mhm.
Yeah, so definitely like as other people are sort of starting to arrive, whether you've been here a few days, we'll use this as our nice little meeting place. You set me up for a good one. I love my players. So as you guys all sort of start to arrive in town, get out for the day, look around at shops, you see a tiefling. Do you want to describe yourself?
Yeah. So she is very pale. She literally looks human. If she didn't have the horns and the tail, you wouldn't recognize her as a tiefling. And she has this like bright red hair and these like fierce, like intense horns that are just like they look so spiky. And she just got like these you guys know fingerless gloves, right?
Yep.
So
Nice.
she
I
wears
wish I
these
had some.
she wears these fingerless gloves and she like that's just kind of what she looks like. So
And a little it's very exciting, but at the same time there's a little bit of a pit in your stomach because you notice that she is at least looks very similar to someone from that nightmare that you had. She was one of the people standing there, but as she's sort of setting up her rink and kind of just waiting, a nice a big guy walks up, sort of, "Oi, little lady, you think you could take me on?" He's flexing his muscles as he walks up to the rink.
Yeah, my girl's just kind of gonna cackle and she's gonna be like, wait, I have okay, hopefully I roll well. But she's gonna be like, you think you can take on red? And can I roll for intimidation?
Yeah, go for it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, please give me something good. Oh yeah, I got a 20, unnatural 20.
Yeah. He sees the sort of flash in your eyes, maybe even a little bit of that infernal blood that you sort of keep hidden away in some ways. And the flash, you see him sort of, "All right, little lady, I was just trying to be a part of your show."
I'm gonna with him calling me little lady again, I'm gonna hit him. Like I'm gonna punch him.
Okay, he sees you squaring up and he puts up his hands.
Okay. I guess I will 17 plus 4, which is a 21.
Definitely gonna hit.
Okay, 1d.
He rolled a nat 1.
Oh, the poor guy.
He rolled.
It's kind of like, you ever seen the SpongeBob where he's got the inflatable arms and they just kind of deflate?
Yep.
That's kind of what I
He
imagine.
he comes with an absolutely atrocious, like you can see it coming a mile away, hook that you just without even trying just like duck behind.
So she got a 6 for damage. Is
Yeah.
that enough to make him bleed? Like
It's
punch
enough.
him?
You're gonna knock him
You don't
flat.
even know.
Yeah, you're gonna lay
Can I
him
give him
out.
a nosebleed?
Yeah,
So
you're gonna lay him out.
so he's like laying on the ground.
Yeah, he goes sprawling over
So
himself.
he like falls back and she kind of like stands over him, just like looking down, like with her arms crossed, and she's gonna be like, "Now you know why they call me Red."
Oh,
He sort of
because he bled. Because he bled.
He sort of stands up, wiping the blood away from his nose, and says, "All right, little." And he sort of stops. He says, "Red," and he takes out 5 gold pieces and puts it in your hand for winning the fight, and walks away.
She puts it in her pocket, and she does like this weird like, "Thank you, sir."
But you all sort of got to watch this show, and as she sort of like takes this guy out.
I'm kind of in the back. I probably just entered the city. I still got the map. I'm kind of like, I go over to the local guard. I'm like, this is Ralstead, right? Yeah, this is it.
One of the guards like looks at you funny as, yeah, this is Ralstead.
Great. I ended up in Goldcrest a couple days back, so I gotta make sure this is the right one.
Dwarf map, huh? Dwarf map.
It's definitely a dwarf map.
It's a common scam that everybody knows.
It's just one dwarf that rides around selling shitty maps all over the world.
But as I talk to the guard, I kind of look over and I see the show going on. I was like, "Oh, I like this town already."
My girl's gonna walk the perimeter of her thing, just being like, anyone, like trying to get people in.
Seeing somebody make half of my life savings in less than a few minutes, Inaria is gonna like do math in his head, think about it, and go, "I think I can win." And you see a 4'7" half elf walk up to you, bright red hair and a loose ponytail with a glass stir rod tucked into his hair like a hairpin. Wearing scale mail and having like a whole bunch of like equipment all over him scattered in different places, and he walks up and he goes, "Next."
Okay. Red's gonna like look you up and down and be like, you look pretty fancy. What's this whole getup going on here?"
I'll lean to the guard. This should be good.
What was I supposed to say? I think my dad said, "Tell them you're a doctor." Right, I'm a doctor.
I bet this is catching you off guard, Red.
I'm gonna roll intimidation.
Not a lot of doctors show up for the fight.
I'm gonna get up in his face. Oh, I got a 13. I don't really know what. Does he have to roll?
In intimidation,
something?
yeah, when you're doing it against another player, it would be probably a check against Constitution.
Okay.
I don't know, charisma.
Charisma, like just a charisma counter check, maybe.
A charisma counter check. I can do that. That's a -1. That's sure.
Yeah.
It's possible.
As everything's going on, I kind of just whisper to myself, "Gosh darn."
Wait, what, Latina?
As I just watch everything going on, I just mutter to myself, "Gosh darn humans and their violent ways."
Neither of us humans.
My girl, Red is
close
gonna come up into like this 4'7" like half elf's face and gonna be like, "A doctor, huh?" Like intimidation, and she's gonna take that like pin out of your hair and like let your hair fall.
So beautiful.
Well, that's expensive. Don't take that.
She gives it back to you.
Thank you.
When the hair kind of falls, does it blind you? Does it shine in the sun? You know,
it's kind of like
what color?
Just very red hair.
Oh, nice.
Red hair.
The shining red hair on both sides.
Like,
yeah, and you look right into his
or like fire truck red hair.
Not fire truck red hair.
Okay, mine is more
Irish.
like fire truck. Yours is more Irish. Okay.
I realized I didn't really describe him fully. He's also got like really pale, freckled skin, green eyes, pointy ears because he's a half elf, and his arms are like covered in scars that look like they're made like chemicals.
Oh.
So as she says that, she can see this this like rabbit in the background, like whispering, being like, "You got something to say back there?"
Are you guys related?
And she's gonna be like, "I clearly have a tail."
It's far away. I can't tell from here. I just got lost 5 minutes ago.
I'm gonna look back at the half elf in front of me and be like, "You want to still fight?"
I thought I could win, yeah.
You're not gonna be able to win, bud.
Okay, let's make a partial deal.
Oh. I am susceptible to deals.
Okay. If you can't hit me within 12 seconds, I get 5 gold.
So 2 rounds, technically.
I
Yeah.
won't even move.
2 rounds. Okay. Let's see, 1
And that's the only rule, though. You can do anything. You can do anything to try and hit me.
I lean to the guard. I actually I yell, "Yeah, blood!" I probably can't yell that in town.
A couple people look at you funny but like at the same time, there's definitely people watching this obvious blood sport off to the side as well.
Okay. Oh god, ignore that. Jesus. God, ignore that. God damn it.
Clicking all the
wrong
wrong stuff.
Okay, so goodness, terrifying. Okay, so 2 rounds. I had to hit you within 2 rounds. Otherwise, I give you
5 gold.
Okay.
I'll give you 5 gold if you can hit me.
Okay.
But he looks horrified. I would like to reiterate, he's shaking.
I love that. I love it.
For the life savings, you know?
Okay.
He's both scared for his life and scared for the fact that half of all of his money will just.
All right, and you're not holding any kind of weapon or anything? It's just
I actually take off my backpack and I put down my quarterstaff, I put down my daggers, I put down my crossbow, I put down my
Pulls out an
spell
armory,
component,
puts it on the ground, you know.
everything down, and I even go to start taking off my my scale mail.
Okay. All right. She puts her fists up.
Okay. When I say
Okay.
begin, you can begin.
Okay.
I love this. He takes out a small silver mirror in his hand, and he's casting Sanctuary on himself, and he's just gonna stand there. Go.
She's gonna look at you, and she obviously knows magic.
Yeah, he doesn't even pretend like he's not casting something. He just does it.
He just does it.
We didn't agree on no magic.
That's
All right.
1, 2.
It's 2 rounds.
Hey, he's just counting. He's just preparing for the countdown.
And yeah, just go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a good move. It's
Hold on,
funny.
give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading my spells thing quick.
Yeah, episode
Sorry.
1 has a lot of people reading spells. That's okay.
Is this happening in like the town square, or are we like inside somewhere?
The town square is sort of wide open here. I'll actually give you guys a little bit while we're just kind of waiting here. Let me go to. I'll bring you guys over to here. Here's a little town map. Let me get that up for stream as well, real quick. So this is kind of where we're at. The Lowborn's Pride, the tavern, is sort of set on the south side of the town square. To the north is a lot of like where the merchants are sort of hawking at. We haven't sort of come to it yet, but the Mages Guild is a big sort of capital size, like, building like in the town square. It's very large. And then to the east, there's a gate that goes into the sort of like keep and castle that is in the center of town. So right in the middle of town there's all these different sorts of merchant stalls and things set up where people are hawking items and doing things. So we're all sort of gathered here in the town square where this commotion is sort of unfolding, and more people are sort of coming up to watch as this skinny, sort of lithe half-elf is, using some type of magic to try and take on someone who's an established fighter in the area.
Okay, so
I'm just gonna be watching with interest. I'm gonna be smoking my pipe heavily.
I like that you decided to go
thinking.
heavily, like not just smoking my pipe.
He doesn't. I don't take a small hit. I just take the biggest tip.
Yeah,
off.
I'm just gonna take like big hit.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'll just go for it. I rolled a 19 plus my 4, so 20.
Oh, so you're trying to attack me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yep, you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
This is what I was banking
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Either way, this is going to be hilarious. Succeed or not, this is going to be great.
15.
Pretty good number.
Shit. Okay.
I can verify the 50.
I got 16
as
minus
you go
1
to
for my
punch,
wisdom.
as you go to punch, some magic clouds your mind and makes you not want to punch me, and you just do anyways.
You are now chaotic.
Oh wait,
good.
hold on. What was your
alignment
what was your initial roll?
It's 16 minus 1 for my
Okay,
wisdom.
so that's technically the wisdom save, but she still has to land an attack on you. You have a chance
Oh
to
yeah,
dodge
after
it
that
here.
she rolls her attack.
I already rolled a 19 for the initial attack.
Oh yes.
Oh, you already rolled a 19. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what. Okay, so
It's
yeah, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit.
Like my girl knows magic, so she's like, okay, and she's gonna hit you for let's see.
PvP in the first episode did not see that
Wait, it's a
coming.
punch, right? It's a punch, so it's just 1 plus.
It's a friendly fight.
She like obviously sees how like you try to trick her out of this, and she's like kind of okay with that. So she only hits you for 3 damage. She kind of like just like whacks you in the cheek a little bit.
Inari hits the ground.
Red's gonna extend her hand out to you to help you up.
I'll grab your hand and I'll stand up and I'll go down and I'll reach for my gold pouch and I'll
I'm
put 5
gonna
gold.
I'm gonna push his hand away and I'm gonna be like, "You're good."
Good fight.
Like she obviously
Nothing to argue with that. Out of the way.
liked your attempt.
The crowd sort of cheers because it was a spectacle. They're very excited, like because the magic has a look to it, I assume. So there was like some shininess, some glowing. I know we haven't sort of decided what everyone's magic looks like, but it was a good show, regardless, with the talking and the glowing. And
there's definitely magic to it.
Yeah.
I reach out and I go to shake your hand.
She shakes and she's like, "Most people come here to brawl with me. Not a lot of people use magic, so I condoned you for making it difficult."
Well, I thought, hell, might as well try, right?
And as you're sort of doing this, you guys sort to notice in the crowd or in the city, you start to see you guys are looking directly at each other. You saw is it Vara?
Vara. Kind of like something
you saw
like that,
Vera that you talked to a little bit, and you're sort of having those flashbacks to that dream and sort of reminded of it because these people, you can't quite 100% tell that they're the exact person from the dream, and yet you feel like they might be.
I think that's why my girl was a little keen to him because she knew his face from somewhere. So
yeah.
No recollection from me. But as I like go to shake your hand, I go, I really should have used this. This would have been a lot better. And I pull out a potion and put it away.
Is it like a scary looking potion? Is it like bubbling?
I rolled for the flight potion today.
Yeah,
so I would have just been able to fly away.
She's gonna ask, what kind of potion is it?
Want to try it? Hell, actually, it didn't cost me anything to make this one. Yeah, that could be my payment to you. You can try it.
What kind is it?
Blueberry. Oh, that's not what we're referring to.
It actually tastes like cherry.
Cherry.
But it is magic.
I will give you 5 gold for it, and she's gonna stuff it in her pocket.
It only asks for today.
Doubled your life.
Use it today.
Well, it has to be used in 24 hours.
If you don't use it today, it disappears, or at least it stops working. It has like an expiration date. I take the 5 gold. No, yes, thank you.
Leans over to the guard. Are they dealing drugs? The town square?
There's an obvious drug deal in the center of town now at this point.
Yeah.
She eyes you. She doesn't say anything. She just eyes you.
Our boy Bartimius hits his pipe and is like, that looks like a good potion.
As a viewer, I don't leave my town much, so this is all very new to me. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, if you want, I could stay here with you while you do the rest of your fights. I am a doctor, so if you get
not
hurt
a bad person to have around.
I can help.
Take a seat on the chair, boy.
Yeah.
I sit on the chair very happily, and I start putting my scale mail back on.
Okay, we can move past this. Sorry, I feel like this is
a
really long encounter.
Honestly, that was pretty interesting, actually. So yeah, as you guys are sort of watching this all unfold, there's people hawking stuff all over. So if you if you're looking to buy things like that, you'll find it. If you're interested in what's going around, it's lots of things like that. There's other people putting on other shows, like fire eaters and people doing juggling swords and stuff. And in the middle of town, there's also, let me see where that was obviously off script. Let me just catch my fucking general notes.
Sorry.
No, that was super great. That's the best part of the game, is literally being like, okay, so I think they're gonna not expecting them to battle each other with magic and weapon.
While after like the whole thing kind of settles down, I do ask the guard, "Do you know where I can buy an actual map? 'Cause this is not a real map."
Oh. I wonder if you don't think my calligraphy could do that? That's just for writing, right?
Well, you could draw a map, but you would need still a wayfinder to to tell you how to draw the map. But yeah, you could theoretically draw it.
Okay.
Yeah, no. You want to go on down to McCulkey's Maps and Things.
Where is that?
It's he like points and he's like, you want to take a left and then a right, then 3 lefts and a right, and you're gonna find it in a bunch of tents set up, full of different people hawking items.
He's not gonna remember
Got
that.
it. So a right, 2 lefts, and a U-turn on it.
Yeah, he gives you just terrible instructions.
That is not smart customer service. God, I'm leaving a bad review.
Oh my god, I just thought of the funniest thing.
What?
If I left my station and he has red hair, people are gonna come up to him and be like, "Are you red?"
Everyone's heard of the
Depends,
fighter
am I
with
gonna
red
get
hair.
paid? Because yes, I am.
I'm
Oh
not fighting right now. Here, it hands them like money. Don't hurt me.
How much is it for an updated map? After I eventually probably maybe find it.
Yeah, no, it's just gonna be 1 gold piece, and it would be
Sweet.
even cheaper than that. But I just usually make everything like I use gold only unless it's something specific. Because who wants to count
Let me
their
tell you,
silver?
I'm play D&D to play D&D, not be a banking account.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to count
5
like
currencies is rough.
Actually, my tiefling has a degree in accounting.
Oh yeah.
you got
Working at
yourself
Green Dot
an
Bank from
abacus
Harry
over
Potter.
there. But yeah,
How much gold do we have anyway?
that's a good question.
Like,
It
It's
depends on your
usually
background.
it's usually based on your background. Yeah. You usually start with somewhere between like 5 and 20, like is
5
depending on
and
how.
20, yeah.
I think for a soldier, I think it's like 5 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
But
It's hard to gauge it though, because in the books, it's assuming you're using 5 currencies.
Yeah,
so
it is.
gold is like a
Yeah.
lot.
yeah, like
Wow.
that's
Most
part of the
games are like,
problem.
we're not going to use all 5 of those.
That's why
currencies.
I'll definitely give you guys more gold early on, because yeah, like they would assume like a night at the inn, a night at a fancy inn is like 5 silver, like instead of even just like
Yeah.
1 gold. So yeah, for those of you that are watching this and still have things on your mind, you sort of see a beautiful building sort of on the side of that the center of town there. It has tool-worked stone. It has gentle moss growing over parts of it, vines running along parts of the walls. It's 2 stories tall with slate shingle roof, and it has a large set of dark oaken doors that look like they're made from very good wood, and a small set of stairs up at the front leading to those. And there's a sign planted outside that says Ralstead Mages Guild. The Lowborn Tavern is sort of next to that. Like if you were looking at it, it's off to your left or to the south of that map that I showed you. Is also in the center of town, and there's just a lot of things going on in the center of town. So it's up to you guys if your character sort of still feels invested in looking into that, or if you're still interested in looking around the town some.
Well, now that I have a real map.
You found the guy. You're like, fucking right, left, fucking left, right. What the fuck was it? Found it. Got the
Was there
guy.
a U-turn in there? There might have been a stop sign I passed. Yeah, I'll head up to the Mages Guild, as I can still kind of remember that dream that's kind of, yearned me to this area anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, go ahead.
I'll stick with her for now until she's done with her fighting, and after that, I'll head to the Mage's Guild to investigate
Yeah, absolutely.
healing.
My girl is probably gonna pack up for the day, but she's going to go haggle a are there potion people in town?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
there's apothecaries. There are
She's gonna-
apothecaries.
I've done something wrong.
Is
She's
it the
gonna
creepy
go-
apothecary from last time?
You
Oh my
can
God.
get that from McCalkin's many potions. It's actually 3
Okay.
rights, 2 lefts, and a right.
She's gonna go that way, and
Is this one of those like Avatar things where it's the I'm Shu and Doc, it's the same guy with a different name?
Yeah,
Right.
it's a Nurse Joy situation.
Yeah.
I love it.
But like essentially what I want to do is I'm gonna use my performance to try and persuade this guy that it's actually worth more than the 5 gold that I paid for.
It's not even worth 5 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a deception check.
Deception.
Well, you're trying to lie to him, right?
Oh, that's true. I was trying to do performance.
You could do.
Be like, look at this.
What
I got
about
this
persuasion? Would count too. You could do persuasion as well because he doesn't know you're lying, I guess. So you could argue. He doesn't. He wouldn't
You
inherently.
could
assume
use
you're
it
lying.
either. You could because technically you can persuade him it's better.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
you could deceive to him it's better.
Right.
Well, I only got a 5, so
Yeah, he's not sold. He's asking you why it would be worth so much.
I'm gonna tell him again that it was made by this renowned doctor, this high elf doctor with beautiful like ginger hair.
Oh no.
Make one more persuasion check.
Baby. It's a 12.
12. He sort of looks at you for a moment and he holds the potion in his hand for a moment and he says, 5 gold's a lot of pieces. I gotta be careful making deals like this. Can't be taking out a house and home by making bad deals, but
I understand, but I spent 5 gold to buy this. It's definitely worth a lot. I bet you could sell it for at least twice as much.
he's looking at you for a minute. He says, all right, I'll take you up on that deal. And he breaks into his little coffers here, and he's had an all right day today, and he pulls out 8 gold pieces. He won't do double.
Okay.
Like he's not gonna go, but he thinks he can upsell it to double, like you said. So he's gonna give you 8 gold pieces. He's
Still
gonna
made
try and hawk it.
profit.
He's gonna try and hawk it for 15.
Okay, she's gonna shake his hand and be like, "Pleasure doing business with you, sir. This was great for both of us."
Yeah.
So that person
And-
will stop working after we
Yeah,
take our
that's
next
the-
one.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Like
he's.
after tonight, like it says it's a day. So
Did you tell him that?
No,
Yeah, you're not telling him that. So
No.
he's
No, it would
not.
be
He has
worth
no
it.
clue. He's just hoping that works. And if he sells it today, maybe it's the best deal he's ever made. And if he sells it tomorrow, he's very angry. I'm
It
sure
won't
we'll-
be there tomorrow, will it?
Well,
Technically, if he sells it at all, it's gonna be a bad day because whoever buys it, if it ends up
Just
not
takes
working, that's
off.
bad
I mean,
business.
I love the idea that somebody just takes off flying through town like sometime. Like it was like everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
She's just gonna she's gonna walk toward the I guess the guild's maid. She's gonna be like with her money.
I feel cheated.
Deal makers.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're not the one getting cheated currently. That poor man, that poor apothecary though.
Yep. Ari's over there being like, I wish I had thought of that. I should have fucking. He doesn't have the malice in his heart to
Just
sell
like
a
that,
potion to someone else.
You made his life savings in 5 minutes.
The issue is he doesn't have to lie to people about being a wonderful
Yeah,
potion
that's
maker. He is. So why would he think about it?
Okay, so you guys, the 3 of you are headed into the guild. We have Court and Bartimius. Do you have any business in the town, or what are we thinking about doing?
I'm probably just walking around, observing a little bit. Do I know where the guild is right now?
If you were in the center of town, it's very visible. Like it's a big building in the town square. It does have a sign planted out front, so yeah, you can definitely find it. You might even see if you were watching them, like sort of people watching. You might have saw the people that you may or may not recognize, depending, from that nightmare walking sort of shuffling up into there throughout the next couple minutes, hour.
Okay, so they like feel familiar, right? These people, but we don't
Yeah.
exactly know who they are.
Yeah,
Like
it's
they
it's
feel
up to
kind
your character. If your character
of
was especially affected by, like, we sort of Inaria Ari over there, like, it's out of his head. He's on to new things, but other characters might dwell on it. It might feel, especially for your character, since I know a little bit about it, that sort of darkness might affect you more than other people to some degree.
yeah,
It might
yep,
feel more
yep.
personal.
I'm just gonna pull my hood up and like I'm just gonna walk kind of brisk pace over towards the Mages Guild. Do I meet Sorry, Cal. What's your character's name?
Red.
Red. Do I see Red like coming towards the Mages Guild as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you should know everybody calls her Red.
everybody's close. So,
Yeah.
so she's just gonna see like a guy with a coat and a hood like coming like maybe a little bit to the side of her. She's not gonna see his face or anything, but she's just gonna see like smoke coming out of his hood, like a
Oh.
big smoke screen, and he's just gonna be like, "Haha, nice swindle." Uh, uh, and then it's just gonna like keep moving towards the Mages Guild.
Yeah,
Okay.
she doesn't say anything, but she's like, "Touche." She likes the cut of your jib.
The people in this town are
Cutting a
really
jib.
interesting.
I'm
All right.
definitely probably standing out as along with the turtle. Probably we're not usually seen in most towns.
Yes.
Probably.
So in general, the out of character break for a second there. In general, the majority of the world expects to see some strange races. So like when they see you, they're not like 100% frightened. They're not like, they don't think you're evil or demons. Like, racism doesn't inherently exist in most places unless there's a specific reason for it. But you would still be unusual for sure. Like, it would be the kind of thing where they may have heard of it, but they probably, there's a good chance, especially if your race is only from Valdoon or is a very small tribe, they may have never even seen it if they've heard of it. So they
Yeah,
wouldn't be
I'm
like
probably a
afraid of
little
you.
strange.
Yeah,
As
and the
deer don't
same,
usually leave their villages, so
right.
it's
Same with the
odd to see
turtles.
me out and about.
Yeah, the turtles probably don't, you wouldn't see like all over, but when they see, they're not like afraid. They, if anything, people often show an interest, or are sort
They're
of like,
curious.
yeah, they're curious to see, and because it's interesting, and like more than in my world, more than oh man, I had a fucking posture check and a hydrate, fucking goddamn Twitch chat. Double hydrate. How come there's never a pee break? You guys
Is that going to be added next?
right. Speaking of which, I actually am gonna pee break. So if you guys want to take a quick little bio, go ahead real quick. We'll be back in just a second.
Yep, I am gonna
Yeah,
do that.
give me like 30 seconds.
Turn off cam.
Oh yeah, you should turn.
Let me.
Ah, yes. No, Nick is the tiefling fighter named Red. Just the camera shifted over.
hopefully when we all turn our cameras on, we go back to where we were at for my Twitch channel, but we'll see here.
Never.
And hope.
Nope.
Oh, thank
It'll
God.
Let's see if it happens.
I was like, is it gonna fix automatically?
Right?
You just never
It's
know.
open.
That's so funny. I did, yeah. It's like, I wonder if that was just hopefully that worked out good.
It
Okay.
seems to have.
Are
Is it
you
back?
Starting.
are you still here, Athena? Are you back?
I've been here, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in the center of town. I think everyone is sort of heading towards the Mages Guild, but Quart, did you want to look around town or do anything specific? Or what does a turtle do when they reach the town after being out in the wilderness for some time?
I just kind of walk around town, judging all the people and the humans, while secretly throwing wildflower seeds that most people would find invasive in any patch of dirt that I can.
Yeah, and there's a lot of dirt roads throughout town. They're not like cheap, like it's not dirt for cheap. It's just is to look old timey or to look sort of to look pretty. And so there's these nicely cut like dirt roads through town. So all over you could be dropping those seeds and sort of pushing them into the ground, and they'll definitely
Yeah,
take root
definitely.
out of that. No, yeah, that you can absolutely do that, and there's plenty of people watching going on. So all those people hawking their different items would probably be able to entertain someone for some time, especially if you weren't didn't spend a lot of time or were playing like a character that was detached from like human culture for some time. Okay. So we're all kind of heading towards the guild for the most part. So as you guys are sort of like walking in there, uh it's very, it looks good when you walk in. It's a beautiful room. The outside, it looked nice, and it's not disappointing when you walk inside. It's got the room is nice. It's well lit for, the inside of a room. And there's a nice like little receptionist like scribbling away kind of in the corner, a little desk that greets you as you come in and asks what what can she do for you?
Oh, hi. My name is Inari Lamolf. Wonderful to meet you. I'm a traveling physician and a potion maker. I came. My mother seems to be pretty sick, and nothing I could make seemed to be helping. I wondering if I could do some research in the library if you had one.
Yeah, our library is open to anyone that wants to use it. That's absolutely okay. We do have a few healers on staff, although they're a little busy at the moment, but they could get around to helping in some way, I would think. Are you all together? As she sort of like points at all the people kind of like arriving in the room.
I'm
I
gonna
noticed
say
that
in
the
the
number
back.
increased
Sorry,
from
go
like
ahead.
one extra person to like so many more, and I like start having a panic attack.
My girl's in the back. She's gonna be like, "Why'd you say busy like that?"
I'm just gonna like clack my pipe at the end of my heels, like get the sludge out
On the floor?
on the floor. Yeah.
She kind of
Wow.
like she goes to answer Red before, and then like just like her attention is broken by your clack 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 as that sludge falls on the floor, and she's like, somebody has to clean that up.
And I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, sorry, yeah. And I'm just gonna take it in my hand and just like, and then just throw it at the door. Like most of it is just still stuck in my hand though. So
Yeah, just one
I'll
of
just
these.
I'll just wipe it on my coat.
She sort of offers you like a handkerchief as you're wiping it like off on your coat.
And I'll be like, no, I don't think you want that. It's like,
Uh, then she readdresses to Red. They're just currently working on a little problem from the city, but it's nothing to worry about.
You kind of seem like
Worried
it's
until
something
you
to
said
worry
we shouldn't
about.
worry about us.
What's with the fifth degree? She said, no. I'm just- she sort of trails off, and as you guys are speaking,
Interrogating her.
yeah, as you guys are interrogating the scribe.
Why are you all hovering around me?
Oh, hold on one sec. Let me see where am I? I just accidentally closed part of my notes. One sec. Get these
Yeah, you
back.
don't need those.
Yeah, I know. I don't need these. Definitely know
That ain't
exactly
probably
what
everything.
I definitely know what I'm about to say, and don't need to look up what I was about to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, also again, if you guys still sort of have the dream in the back of your head, you feel a little bit of a not like full fear, but a little bit of shiver up your spine. That sort of weird feeling as you kind of feel like that you might recognize these people and sort of put together where it might feel from.
Like a strong deja vu or something.
Yeah, a sense of deja vu, and that sort of is reminding you. But your thoughts are broken by an elf striding into the room, and her back is straight, and she's kind of walks with an absolute purpose. She has dark reddish brown hair, swept short and to the side a little bit, in a short pixie cut. She has thin facial features, high cheekbones that sort of denote her elven blood. She wears yellow robes and pants, but tucked underneath some light leather armor, and a rapier sort of sits sheathed sideways at her back. She speaks very sternly, very deadpan, and Barusted, why don't you real quick, or sorry, I'm trying to switch over to character names. Bartimius, why don't you make a uh, perception check for me?
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, that's 9.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you notice, in a pretty simple set of terms, that the way that she carries herself, the way that she sort of moves, does seem familiar to you as a military sort of style. She's very upright, very, the way that her weapons are at her back are sort of quick to draw. All the sort of way that she moves feels familiar to you. But
Uh,
yeah,
do we recognize her?
no, you do not
Okay.
recognize her. And she sort of says, "Hello, travelers. My assistant here was pressing the panic button under the desk." No, okay, maybe she doesn't say that, but uh,
Alert
I
authorities.
I heard voices out here speaking with my assistant. Is there something that I can help you with?
My girl's gonna just be like, "Yeah, you got like a cute guy here with an accent."
She
Seems a bit
she
subjective.
she she looks at you for a,
She's addressing this weird uncomfortableness of people that she obviously doesn't know but also knows. But now she's like, "Okay, but like if they're all here, where's this other person?"
she looks at you for a long while and says, "Do you mean Peach?
I have no idea what his name is.
Are you friends with Peach?
Yes.
Are you as annoying as Peach is?
She cat like she she laughs.
Are you
In
all
my head,
friends of
right?
Peach?"
In my head, I'm like, Peach.
Um,
No wonder he
this
died in the dream.
this elven woman, she resembles this figure from our dream, right? To quite.
I mean, she could look similar, but as far as you know, she doesn't sort of she's not armored as heavily. The girl in the dream was very, very heavily armored. And
Mhm.
she's in like a almost light samurai style, robes with banded leather. So she could look similar in frame, but not necessarily the same person.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna step forward and be like, ma'am, we're looking for an elven fella. He's kind of wearing a heavier set of armor.
He's cute.
Uh, do you do you
You hear
know
from the
this
background.
person?
I can't say that I know anyone that walks around in heavy armor inherently, aside from the local guard unit, but it does sound still. If you're looking for an elven person besides myself, then there's a chance that you mean Peach still. Are you guys all friends of Peach? Is this some elaborate joke that Peach has set up?
I just come up and like say yes. Was all Peach's plan, but he didn't plan well, so we're just
I mean,
waiting
I
for
like
him.
peaches. Oh, we're talking about the person. I thought we meant the food item.
Is that a turtle? Is that a turtle?
Is it a turtle?
Okay,
The group's all looking around.
She's like, so that's what you're all here to see Peach, to find Peach.
Yes.
Yes.
We all look at each other. Sure.
Okay, she looks confused and not irritated in a way that seems unbecoming, but definitely like, what the fuck is happening right now? And she says, follow me back to the office. And she, before sort of even waiting for an answer, she turns on her heel in a military style and sort of strides back through the door, sort of just assuming that you'll do as you're told, and follow as she would.
As a dragoon, it's probably pretty familiar to me as well.
Yeah,
Just the
I forgot
military.
that the dragoons are a unit as well. So yeah, it would be the kind of thing that you would expect to see as well. But as
I
you
have
follow,
no idea what is going on, and I did not come here for this. But he's just so curious that he follows.
just along for the ride.
Red like wraps her arm like around. Well, I guess I don't know. More like sits her arm on your shoulder because you're
Are
a
you
lot shorter
tall?
than her. She's taller than him for sure.
Well, 4'11" is short.
Oh,
for sure,
he's
but-
4'7", yeah.
Yeah.
He's 4'7".
4'7". I thought it was
intimidated by
4'11".
Red.
So maybe she more like just puts her hand at like just I don't know. Anyways, and I'm gonna like pat him toward her, and we're gonna follow her. I guess. Is that what
Still
we're doing?
very
Following?
intimidated
Yeah.
by this person. I just follow because I feel as though I am forced to.
You feel like you're a hostage here. If you guys follow her, she leads you into a large study with a large desk. This is where perhaps that you and Arya feel a little bit more at home. There's a
Who's
large.
you?
I said you and Arya.
As in me.
No, I said Anaria.
You said you and Anaria.
No, I said you, comma Anaria.
I hate the English language.
This is where you
Anaria.
Okay. Anaria might feel a little more comfortable.
How tall are the doorways?
The doorways are going to be built for a lot of standard humans, so they're probably going to be about like 7 to 8 feet. They're not okay. Tiny. Like they're tall enough that a big like 6 foot like human could walk through with like some headroom.
I just had to ask them 6'3" without the ears.
Yeah, your ears. There are places where your ears might catch on things, especially if there's things hanging. But you shouldn't have to like full duck anywhere here.
Okay.
But
the longer you hang out with humans, the longer your ears.
They're just back. But yeah, the room has large desks, lots of books, flasks, bookshelves sort of line the wall. So it's definitely a study, a little workshop, and it's meticulously kept, much like the woman you're talking to. She introduces herself as Mianala Vidanya, and says that her friends can call her Mia, but I don't know if we're friends yet.
My friends can call me Ari, but we're not friends yet. There, how does that feel? That felt bad, didn't it?
She actually.
That's rude.
If anything,
that's rude.
That's the most you'd see her face light up. She smirks, like you see her smirk as you sort of throw that insult back. That makes her sort of smirk a bit.
Sorry, I never liked that. It's just rude.
But you can see that
I nod to it and I smirk a little with it, like that was good.
No,
I think we all kind of laugh a little.
There's a hint of, instead of being angry about it, there's a hint of respect in the sort of rebellion and of nature in that.
Last time Anaria did that, he got punched, so he's very confused.
How does it work here? But
I'm kind of standing almost straighter, since with the military background, it seems better to stand with more respect.
Yeah.
So I'm very
absolutely.
confused. I was like, "What the fuck is going on? That's not
But
protocol."
yeah, she sort of is just looking at you guys, introducing herself, and she says that she'll get Peach for you because apparently you're all here to see Peach. You guys have said, and she sort of is like, again, deadpan, sort of like, I'm just very short on patience and time. We're dealing with a whole thing right now. I'll go get Peach for you. So she walks only a few feet, sort of, and then just yells Peach's name like out a door, essentially.
I could have done that.
But
How do you
she
spell her name? You could
it's
post it.
yeah, it's Mianala, Mianala, Vidania, Vidania. She introduced herself as the current like Archmagus or Mage Guild Master. And yeah. So she's gonna call for Peach and yells that your services are required. So these people are looking for you, Peach. You have, she looks back at you guys, friends here to see you.
I'm just gonna take a look around the room and like it's kind of dawning on me that and it's kind of a really strange vibe meeting all these people that I kind of feel that was in the really dark and nightmarish dream we had.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna take a swig of my flask. I have like a secret little flask
Oh my
under my
god.
coat, and I'm just gonna like try and contain everything.
Yeah.
Red's
Hold it
gonna look
together.
at you and ask if she can have some. She's gonna be like, "Hey, nice flask you got there. You mind sharing?"
I'm just gonna
Is that a
look like
euphemism? Is that your flask? Or are you just happy to see me?
I'm just gonna like I'm not gonna turn my head. I'm just gonna like turn my eyes, peel my eyes to the side, and be like lean it like under the table, kind of like over in her
Oh.
hand.
Oh shit. She definitely gonna turn around. Well, yeah, she's gonna turn around, take a drink of that, and hand it back. Hand it back all sneakily.
And as you guys are doing that, you sort of turn back as Peach enters the room. For those of you that still have the dream sort of in your thoughts, you do feel that little bit of twinge of fear, almost like you're back in the room for just a moment, or back in the dream rather, as Peach walks into the room. He's handsome. His attractive features, lithe frame, and pointed ears mark his part elven heritage. His hair is shaggy, dark brown mop with only wisps of hair that make up his beard. His eyes are a bright amber that still almost glow in the dimly lit room, and you recognize him as the man that was murdered in the dream. And
See, I told you, cute.
he walks in, he says, "Hi, you're not so bad yourself, miss."
Ooh. It's gonna cost you. Oh, that sounds awful.
He kind of looks at everybody and says, "Well, you are an interesting lot. What can I do for you?"
Is that allowed in this town? What are the laws on prostitution? I gotta ask.
That is if I check my world building rules, I don't know that I have a law for prostitution, so I'm guessing
Probably
legal.
not. I imagine it's not illegal in this
That's
time
not what I
frame.
meant.
It's gonna cost.
Just seeing this person is gonna make
Oh
Bart
man.
a little bit uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and he's just gonna step up to him and like kind of like squint at him and like poke him in the arm just a little bit. And
Poke
when
Peach in
he
the arm.
yeah, and when he touches something, he's just gonna like be a little bit like startled and then just take a step back and just
He
keep looking at him.
Peach kind of watches you approach him, poke him, and walk back, and is like, what is happening here? What are you people doing here?"
I just stare him very seriously, and I'm like, "You're going to die."
Well, I'm gonna look over at her and be like,
Oh,
like,
fuck.
I look over. I like the abruptness of that one.
Yep. Peach looks at you. He fucking, for a minute, he looks horrified. He says,
I
"Oh
then
no,
quickly added, "Oh, we're
they're
not here
coming.
to do it, though.
They're coming to get me,
We're
are
not
they?"
showing
And then he sort of breaks into a laugh and smiles big and says, "Honey, if they're trying to get me, they're gonna have to get in line. Do you know how many people have my number and are trying to get me?"
I'm next in line, baby.
That one over there.
Top of the list. I had to quickly add in there. We're not the ones here to kill you. That might have sounded like it. But we're not the ones. Here to
He
do it.
takes a few steps back as he's like, "Imminent death, huh? So what are you all doing here again exactly?"
Pulls out spear.
For the first time, like, my girl's just gonna address it. She'd be like, "I had this weird dream. You were in it. You died.
I was in your dreams," he says.
You were." I will say though, you're a lot prettier in my dream.
Oh, well, that's a letdown. He kind of like messes with his hair a little bit for a second, and kind of like plays with his wispy beard for a moment. Well, that's hurtful, but okay.
You're still handsome, just better in my dream.
But he is
highlighted the features better, you know.
But as you sort of, divulge this information to him, he looks more concerned than even when you guys said that he was about to be murdered. And he kind of looks over at Mia and says, "Bad dreams, huh?" And like you could see Mia sort of like shake her head and be like, "We don't know that has anything to do with anything." Ari.
You raise your hand out of the crowd.
In character.
Yeah.
I would do this if I needed to talk about out of character.
Oh,
This
okay.
is definitely in character.
He's like, "I think this guy has something to say," and he sees your like elven ears and is like, "You have elven ears?" I guess I didn't ask what exactly.
Yeah, very, very. There's a point to him. Yeah.
Okay. He's like, "This one's a handsome one because he's also half elf."
And after raising my hand, I go, "Oh, so like I do a lot of potion making, right? And you see, when you pour something into something, and it makes a reaction, that has enough. They're connected. You know.
He's kind of
So these are
nodding
connected.
along.
It's like there's causes to things.
He's
Does
nodding
that make sense,
along.
ma'am? I'm talking to her because she said it wasn't connected.
Yeah, Peach is sort of nodding along, and she definitely takes your meaning, and she's gonna sort of.
I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of look at you guys and say that that we've been. Did I hear a roll? Is somebody trying to do something important?
Roku.
I have it in the background. What happened, Roku?
Oh, I was typing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have the chat beep off. Yeah, sorry. I know. I forget when I type it makes the.
But she sort of looks at you guys and says, "We don't know that it's related, but there has been some people having nightmares around town, and currently we have several under treatment because they've become so bad that they have a complete lack of sleep. They're having trouble so aggressively with insomnia and the fear of going to sleep that they can't sleep, and some of them have been a little off because of this."
Oh, right. So the moon has nothing to do with werewolves turning into werewolves.
He says it
Because that's
could.
you saying that this isn't related. Kind of sounds like that.
Well, I guess if you guys are from this town, it might be sensible that it was related. But and she looks at the turtle and the bunny person says, "I didn't get the feeling that maybe you guys were all from here."
That's bad. But we all came here, or they all came here because of it.
I mean, I can put him to sleep for a couple gold pieces, cracks knuckles. I mean,
And my girl's gonna, yep, right there with you.
That's not necessary. That's not how we want to treat our patients, she says. But
I don't got a
do.
reputation to uphold. You could slide it under the table, you know.
Ah, I'll only charge you 1 gold for it.
She sort of she's listening to all of this and like just doesn't even respond to it. She just keeps sort
I
of
swear we're good
talking, like
people.
following her
Naturally.
train of thought. She says that maybe she could try to do a divination ritual for you. She does work as the arch magus here and to work alongside some of the greatest minds. So perhaps if there's meaning behind the dreams for you, perhaps she can tap into another realm and see if she can find something for you.
Not so much more meaning, just a lot of armor and a really cute guy.
Sounds like a
That's
good
all.
kind of dream.
She
Yeah.
says a cute guy, and you're sure it was Peach.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Peach is like, that's hurtful, Mia. It's fucking hurtful. Peach says, well, do your thing, Mia. Maybe you can help them out, and they can come help me do my work for the day. Make my work go quicker.
Does your work involve violence?
Yeah.
Well, not at
It
work,
shouldn't.
but if we get done with our job quicker, we could go on down to the pub or something. And there's always violence at the pub.
Oh, baby. I'm in.
I'm bad at violence.
He sort of claps and is like, well, then it's solved then. Mia, you'll do the hocus pocus, all the magic. Take care of that for him. Find out all the meaning behind their dark dreams about a handsome man's murder. And we'll go take care of my work for the day then. And Mia is just like, at this point, she's just got her fingers pressed on her temple, like being like, oh my God. It's like there's so many peaches in the room right now.
His confidence really makes it.
And fucking Peach. But yeah, so let's see. I gotta get let me see where we can get back in now. Fuck, I have to pee again. Who keeps giving me hydrate messages? Wow, we did a lot of that ad lib, guys. I'm proud of us. I always write for my first episode because you never know how comfortable everyone will be with role play. I always write a lot more so that if my players are nervous, that I can just talk more as the DM. And that was you guys are doing it. You guys are killing it.
Heck yeah, baby.
You guys did this. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna pee real quick. Quick little bio break, and I'm gonna have to do that a lot because I've already drank. How fucking big is this? I already drank 30 ounces of water in an entire soda. So I'm gonna pee real quick, and then we'll go take care of Peach's work for the day real quick, and
Takes up
see
less
if we
room
can
if I
get it.
crush it, okay? Got a big strong head. I gotta use it for something. Okay.
Gonna walk through your
Okay.
frame here. We're like,
That's true. Oh man.
Okay, DM's gone. Let's win the game.
Right?
He's not here to stop us. We can just kill things. You can't say no.
Should we just kill this Peach character and be done with
Yeah,
it?
let's
I
kill
think
him
my
because
girl
then
will beat you
it'll get
up.
rid of our nightmares, right?
I think my girl will beat you up.
Well, if he dies in the
ever-
nightmare, he'll die in real
You
life.
ever heard of Charm Person, Cal?
Charm person? Yes.
Wow.
Can you beat a charm person?
I think as soon as you hit them, they're
Can
not
you
charmed
roll
anymore.
well? Yeah.
I'd be hard pressed to still be charmed to somebody if they punched me, let alone stabbed me.
go ahead and grab another one. Do you want?
I'm okay. Bum, 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 bum. How you
I
doing,
don't-
Athena?
I am a-okay, just cuddling with my cat.
All right. You're so
Aw,
quiet over
jealous.
there. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I finally got a new mic, so now I can press the mute button, actually. Oh my
Nice.
God.
Excuse me.
Imagine calling us the evil group when you start talking about killing the first story NPC. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I just saw
That
that.
wasn't me.
I feel like it was mainly Cal. Like she's so violent, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. It's gonna somebody.
Hey, Rorik, we gotta do initiative. I'm
We're
gonna just
just gonna
throw a
butcher it
fireball
right
at
here,
Peach.
you know.
Um,
What? You got to do initiative because what?
He wants to kill Peach.
You can't
Yeah,
kill
we're-
Peach. He's the best.
I can
I'm-
kill Pete.
I'm the DM, and
Josh
every time you guys try to kill Peach, I will railroad him back into the game.
You will never die.
You guys stab him like for the 17th time, and I'm like, Peach suddenly appears in the same room that he's always been in, as if
It's
nothing.
like
Yeah.
a clone of him walks in. There's like piles of dead Peach.
Dick
He's just a new one
Dak says,
coming in.
I told you Varusid was bad news.
Set NPC non-essential. Kills Peach.
He's got the main character plot armor.
Also, you're gonna hate it. I don't play with initiative.
Mm-hmm.
I got rid of the initiative system a
Oh,
while
we don't?
back.
we don't do that.
It depends on the DM. A lot of times, it depends on the group too. Because like, if I get outweighed, like if everyone's like, "No, we want initiative," I'll play it. But I tend to think that it works more interesting, in my opinion, because I love synergy. Right, like that's my favorite part of the game, and so I think it's always frustrating. Like, for example, like Rogue usually gets to go first. They have high dex, it's built for that. And in some instances, if you're playing a sniper rogue or a sneak rogue, that could be super great. In other instances, all that it serves to do is be like, well, I guess I'll wait till next turn when my tank runs in, because otherwise I can't get my flank and sneak dice like done. So a lot of times I kind of just let you guys choose your order, because like if you have a front fighter who's always going to run in first, or if you have a healer that's like, oh, I'm going to be right at the bottom of the order so I can watch my allies run, because each round is like 6 seconds, so they can make a split-second decision at the end of that. I tend to let your guys' team, like almost more like back and forth, so that you guys clash into them, they clash into you, and basically just keep your order. Like if you have front fighters and back lines, and then we sort of lock in our own battle teams, and the enemies will
Yeah.
kind of do that as well. I think it can build. We'll try it out. If you guys don't like it, we'll go back to initiative. No problem. I think it can actually build a lot of synergy and kind of make you guys think ahead. And it breaks away, I think, some of the that sort of feeling like where like a lot of times like people get, if you're in initiative and your healers at the end, sometimes it can kind of feel like that if something happens like right after the healer's turn and it's just bad luck, like there could be like something wrong. Whereas if the healer sort of always goes at the end of your guys' turn, they could kind of make some decisions like about who to take care of. So I think it just adds some synergy choices for all of you guys to kind of work together. But if we end up doing it and you guys don't love it, then we'll switch back. But otherwise, I let you guys kind of choose your order based on your characters, and then same with kind of the NPCs that will come at you as well.
Because yeah,
Sounds
like
good.
my feat, half of it is to deal with initiative, which kind of sucks. Like my feat gives me +5 to initiative, so like I
Mhm.
feel like me and Fluff are gonna battle out who goes first a lot.
Well, and for frontline fighters, yeah, that's really common. Like you guys will basically both like go out really quickly.
Mhm.
Although technically, even your ranged people sometimes, for example,
Yeah.
with a wizard that's not an evocation wizard, you might, when I talk about strategy, if you guys know you're playing with a wizard, just a little bit of metagaming here. If your wizard's gonna throw a fucking fireball, you want that guy to throw that before you run in. Like you're gonna run in and clear the smoke after it lands. You don't want to run in and they get nuked by a fucking fireball. And I feel like if
Yeah.
you get rid of the initiative system, that gives you that sort of feeling like you could say, "Get him!" And then as the fireball flies over you, you can go in
Yeah.
for battle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
don't
sense.
dislike that. The only thing I dislike about it is the back and forth that you described, where one team goes, another team goes. Because let's
Yes.
say the first person on the enemy team downs somebody,
Yeah.
they're dead. There's no way for us to heal them, because why wouldn't they instantly kill them or take them hostage?
Right, yeah. Usually it's not. I've been lucky enough that I try to balance the encounters really carefully, but it can be tricky. So far I don't tend to play with monsters. I tend to play with a lot of even monsters instead of like the kind of monster like a giant who could like hit for 40 damage like at once and instant down. Like I don't think there's any monster in this game that could do your max HP. And usually I'm
Well, no,
also.
not instantly, but over the course of a battle, right?
Oh yeah.
If somebody gets downed by the first enemy on their team,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then the next enemy, why wouldn't they just attack again? 2 failed death saves. Next
Yeah,
enemy attacks.
that's actually a good point. Some of that will change with this group as well. Yeah, because of that.
I think I have a solution for it that we can talk about later. That
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you'd like, and it would still get rid of initiative. I like initiative, but I know not everybody does.
Yeah.
But I think I have a solution that would make it work. If you want to talk about it later.
Definitely hit me up with it. I love trying out new things. I've tried a lot of initiative systems and non-initiative systems because it also it's counterintuitive. Like, because I say we go all one team, all the other, and it makes it feel less turn-based when it sounds more turn-based. Like that actually sounds more like Final Fantasy style. But yeah, I've played it a couple ways, and I feel like it tends to. Part of it is through metagaming as well. I tend to just not I know the strength of my NPCs, and I try to put them around the battle in a way where they couldn't instantly all converge on one person because they're layered in a way.
Depends on how the enemy thinks too, because
Yeah, that too.
humanoids, we'll say they're average intelligent humans.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah, we'll just go. I'll talk
you.
about it later.
I would love if you guys have other things. For sure, we could definitely talk about a battle system. We should do that because I love all of them. All right, so you guys have just sort of accidentally been roped into doing Peach's work with him because Mia's going to try and see if she can find a connection between why you guys are being plagued with nightmares similar to the people in town, which is strange since you guys aren't inherently from here, that it's affecting a lot of people in town and also you guys. That's strange. So, you're following Peach, and he's gonna, he sort of is like, all right, well, we're gonna go get to work, and we're needed down in the basement for now. So don't you worry, Alikmia. We've got it all covered. You do your thing, and he sort of smiles at you guys and then leads you out of the room. And
for a brief moment, Anari
yes.
sobs because all the books and all the equipment for research are gone.
Yes, and yeah, you'll feel that sting probably several times because you'll pass a few offices here and there, and you'll see you'll see a beautiful bookshelf with lots of books, and it is technically they do allow anyone to check them out. So you at any point, as other than going into somebody's office specifically, you can just grab a book and be reading it as you walk along. Technically.
Anari doesn't think about that. He just doesn't think about it.
So Peach is leading you guys to a staircase down the hallway from where you guys were at. And he says, all right, well, our job today isn't too hard. We're just there for a little extra muscle in case a patient falls out of bed, needs carried, needs help getting around. And a few of them have been having hallucinations, and they just need protection from themselves mostly. So, you see, you aren't the only ones having those bad dreams, as Mia said. Ralstead has been dealing with this, some sort of illness, for lack of a better word. All over town, people have been having these night terrors and been unable to sleep. Some are a bit off. Not sleeping for days will do that to anyone. But all we have to do is, and as you guys are walking down the stair and he's just talking, Peach is cut off by the clank of metal and several shouts and screams erupting down the stairs that you're standing at. And Peach kind of looks back at you with an awkward stare and is like, well, that cannot be a good sign. So much for that job being easy part. And he sort of takes off running, just down the stairs at full speed.
I will follow.
I will follow too.
Okay.
I'll
I'll
go
follow,
and I'll
but I'm
cast.
not gonna
Yeah,
run.
I just run.
Yeah.
I run after them. I was like,
I run and I
like,
cast guidance on myself as I run.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't run.
You just
I walk
stride.
down the stairs.
I
Nothing
do
wrong
a
with
nice, not run, but a fast walk.
Yeah. So
You don't want to fall on the stairs. Safety first.
when you guys get to the bottom of the stairs, you see a little bit of a gruesome scene. Peach is wrestling a patient who has a short sword in his hand. 3 guards are laying dead around the room in pools of their own blood. Their weapons stolen, and while some patients are still in bed and some are up and cowering, but there are 8 patients currently out of bed and pulling a 4th and final guard to the ground and running the stolen swords through him. The mob sort of stands up and look around, looking for another target. Their eyes are wild, and they lock on you guys in the corner. And one of the men brandishes his longsword and screams, "You won't take me, you hideous bitch! And the endless nightmare will be over. I'll kill you!" And he takes off, sort of like running at you, and the rest of the mob is sort of spreading out into the room, closing in on you guys. And Peach screams over the top, wrestling a guy in the corner. He's kind of small, so he's just like wrestling a patient. They don't know what they're saying. They're just a little off, like I said. Don't kill them unless you have to. They're just sick. And they're closing in on you guys.
Only one guy had a long sword or a short sword, right?
Yeah,
Or-
so there's a couple of weapons when you look around. You can see the one that was in the center, sort of just running at you, has a long sword. There are some people who have they basically stole the guards' weapons that were kind of in there. So there's a couple of short swords, a couple of like small like scalpels, like things like that they've sort of grabbed from the nurses.
Are the
like
guards
areas.
like dead, or they're just like kind of dying?
Yeah,
bleeding
the
out?
guards are they're as dead as far as you can tell. They've definitely are bleeding profusely, and they're on the ground, not moving, and they've got like wounds like through their armors.
How high is the ceiling?
This ceiling is actually fairly high.
It matters. I know it sounds really weird, but it matters.
Yeah, no, this one is probably because this is like a basement. It's really kind of like like when you go to the I don't know why this is what I thought at first. Like when you go to the bottom of a church, there's always like the big open area under churches where they get together. It's that, and it's definitely like instead of being partitioned similar to the rooms above, it's very wide, very open. There's cots kind of lining down for them. A makeshift little hospital area they've set up.
So if I can't go the full height, I can at least maybe jump off a wall or something.
Yep, there's definitely room to move around. I would say that you have at least 10 to 12 feet of ceilings. Like they're probably like average, like similar to an apartment or a house that you would see in modern times. So you definitely have room.
Like
depending on the size of your weapon. Hero. Yeah, exactly.
Bouncing around the walls.
Yeah, so there's lots of different weapons. They're sort of all encircling you, and one's running directly at you, and the rest are sort of fanning out to come after you guys.
Okay.
How close are they to each other? The wild people.
Yeah, when you walked in, they were all sort of attacking one person, working as a mob. Now they're definitely haggard and not thinking at full capacity, but it's almost similar to an animalistic feeling. Like they're spreading out in sort of a semicircle around you guys who are kind of at the entrance.
Okay, well, I'm going to use my disarming attack, which is one of my maneuvers for my fighting style. So when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, so I guess I'll do that first. I'm going to take out my whip, and I'm going to go for one of the guys with short sword. Is that what they have?
Yeah. There's a couple weapons. So the guy running at you has a long sword. There's a couple of short swords. Probably like probably one long sword, 3 short swords, some daggers.
Okay, I'll just go after the guy that's coming at us.
Okay.
So
it's the biggest blade in the room as well. What?
I nat 20'd.
You nat 20'd?
I nat 20'd on my
Hell yeah.
So
holy
I can
shit.
expend.
I can
So
see it.
this is where I'm confused. You can expend 1 superior die to attempt to disarm the target, forcing it to drop one of the items.
Yep.
You add the superior die to the attack's damage roll, which would be
Yeah, so
damage.
you're basically attacking like a normal attack, I think, but then like after the attack, you're basically like doing the thing where you would like get rid of the blade.
I imagine you're like whipping at their hand. So you're
Yeah.
kind of like hitting their hand, doing damage, and hitting the hand would make them drop it, or you kind of like, as Nick was saying, you do like the twirl thing where your whip comes back and it snatches the weapon sort of thing.
Yeah. So you definitely get to do your you do the damage, you add the superior. I wish it wasn't called superiority dice. That shit sounds like some Nazi shit. But
it's a lot. Okay, so I got the nat 20. Do you want to do the full crit like we usually do?
Yeah, we do full crits. So table rule, if you guys didn't read through them, 1 damage is going to be full. So you're using what weapon?
A a whip.
Okay, so that's only a D4. So you'll do 4 plus 3 for 7.
And then I rolled the 7 on the superior dice, so he'll
So
take 7 more
14.
damage. And then
And you disarm, right?
yeah, a 4 plus another 3.
Whew.
7.
Yeah.
Max damage.
7. 7, 7, 7.
Yeah.
21.
That's
And he's disarmed.
100%. That's going to actually kill the guy. You do still disarm him, but you
ripped
actually
the soul out of that man.
Yeah, you like you whip around, like it gets caught around his throat first and sort of cuts it, and as you pull back, you catch his sword and it falls to the ground and scatters like to the right, away from all the other patients.
I look over and go, Red, no! And I run over to the body and I start casting Healing Word.
Yeah,
See if I can save
unless you don't want to be completely lethal, but I mean, you didn't say that, so you killed that guy.
I'm not trying to be.
Well, I mean, you definitely killed that
He
guy.
said not to kill them.
I mean, I don't know what else that would do.
I
mean,
know.
You killed that guy.
Leans over. I like your
Okay.
style.
I go to
So-
cast Healing Word on him.
I mean,
Okay.
I technically killed him. Like,
Yeah. Well, hold on. We got Ari.
okay, so he goes down, and I'm like, I guess I'm just too good for my own good.
All
That was
right.
a little stronger than I meant that to be.
Yeah, we're gonna do Ari. You do stabilize him. So as you run over, you do stabilize.
Oh, I
him.
heal him with Healing Word.
Oh, okay. You're doing a full heal. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm casting magic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then he is going to heal. To 4 plus 3. He gets 7 HP.
Okay, perfect. There we go. So he comes back out of it, and his eyes are wild, but a different wild now. He looks less like scary and less furious, and he just sort of lays looking frightened and kind of crawls back to cower to the wall off to the side. Killing someone.
I got the soul whipped out of me.
Yeah.
Assuming I guess I will go next. As I mean, if we're going off of like dex and stuff, I probably have the next highest dex, 17.
It's up to you guys. Right now, we're just gonna try letting you guys play in the order you choose, and we can look at some other ways. I'd be glad to.
I kind of pull back my leather glove, showing off these metal talons on my glove, and I also pull out this small kind of stone, and I say some kind of words in Draconic that you may not be able to hear unless somebody speaks Draconic. And the stone kind of glows, and my eyes glow red and purple as well. And I activate one of my Dragoon's Trance, which lets me do all my kind of Dragoon stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be technically as like my bonus action. For my action, you see, I kind of pull out my spear, and I flip it around so it's not pointy end.
Yeah.
It's more the blunt end.
And then you stab it through somebody's throat.
I go ahead and use my jump ability, and I can post it in the chat. It's a bit of a read, though.
Yeah.
Since the ceiling's not as high, though, I'll just jump to the top of the ceiling and use my metal claw to kind of grip the wall, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my dive. So I kind of launch myself off of the wall, diving towards, I guess, one of the other guys with a long sword.
Okay.
So the creature has to make a dexterity saving throw against my DC is 12.
Okay. Dex saving throw. Let's do that.
So see if he makes that first, because if he doesn't, it's bonus damage.
He is gonna make that.
It'll be non-lethal and blunt. Okay. So he does make it.
He does make the save. Yep.
Okay. Then if he makes it, I think it halves its.
Okay.
I believe. But I need to make sure.
Go ahead and roll damage then. Yeah.
Okay.
If it works similar to other spells, like if that's like the mechanic, then it should be halved. Yeah.
Okay. I got to make sure I read it, because I need to make sure I read this fully again, because I
Yeah,
had it in my
playing
head, but now
homebrew
that
is
it's
like
like
that.
playing again, I have to like reread it.
Yeah, for sure. Homebrew is like that. Sometimes you got to reread it a couple times.
Okay, yeah, this is half as much. Okay.
But yeah, you can roll damage still.
Okay, let's see if I hit first. 11 plus 4, so 15.
Yep, definitely hits.
Okay. And then I'll do I'm using two-handed, so it is a 1d8 with my spear. This is going to be blunt, non-lethal instead of hitting them with the pointy end.
Good call out. Good call out.
D8. Oh no. 2 plus 2 is 4, and then I have to roll the d6, and he'll take half of the d6, so 6, so 3. So in all 7.
Okay, that was after it was halved or before halved?
That was after half. So I kind of dive
Okay,
past him, and as I dive past him, I strike him with the back end of my spear, sort of.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see that does crumple him for a minute. He kind of like falls to a knee and then gets back up, and he kind of turns on you, preparing to strike.
Okay.
All right. We still have some of our casters.
Yep. I was wondering if how far are they from me right now?
Yeah, you have a good amount of room depending on which kind of area you're looking. So, the couple that were out in the middle, our melee sort of ran out towards. So a lot of them are out to the sides, probably about 10 to 12 feet, like out to the sides. So they're still not within like melee range of you yet, and still kind of closing in.
Okay. How many can I like catch if I cast a 10 feet sphere? How many of them can I catch in one go?
Yeah, no, you can catch at least, I would say.
Without catching my friends, of course.
Yeah, no, you could if you aim at one of the sides, like where our players haven't moved in yet, you should be able to catch probably at least 3 of them.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Magnify Gravity.
Okay? Hit
They
me
have to
with it.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save.
Yeah, let me just check here.
Okay, con save you said?
Yep.
Okay, it looks like one critical failed and then one. What's your DC? I think I rolled a 12.
Oh shit, yeah. What would the DC be actually?
You're a wizard, so it should be intelligence plus proficiency plus, is it 10 starting?
Hold
Bluff?
on.
One more time.
The starting save for a wizard is 10 plus intelligence plus proficiency.
I think for saves, it's
8
always
plus
8
proficiency plus
Eight.
plus
intelligence.
proficiency plus your modifier.
8 plus
Yeah.
intelligence plus proficiency.
I always thought it was 10
So
for a
it's
long
8,
time.
9,
so-
10.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so it
that's
should be 10 plus intelligence.
So it's a 10 plus intelligence plus proficiency, or
No,
8
yeah.
plus
10
8
plus
yeah.
intelligence.
8 plus proficiency plus intelligence. Yeah.
okay, so that's 15.
Okay, and he
Oh,
rolled.
you have a
yep.
20 intelligence.
So two are gonna fail. One is gonna
No,
pass.
I have a 16 intelligence.
Oh, then that's a
What
plus 3. So then
Yeah.
you have a 13 DC.
Yeah.
Okay, so no proficiency because I have +2 proficiency, but no proficiency.
Yeah,
proficiency,
3
so it starts
plus
at
2
8.
plus 8.
Yeah, it starts at 8, and then you're
Yeah.
adding your proficiency of 2, which makes it
Okay.
10.
My 10 was
and then
wrong
your
the
modifier
first
of
time.
3
Okay,
makes
yeah,
it to
yeah.
13.
But
Then
two of them
13, yeah.
failed the save, and one of them made the save. So 2 will take full damage.
Okay, I'll roll for them then.
Drink too much soda.
Yeah.
Wizard math.
I know, right? I
so-
always love that part of when you're like, Dungeons and Dragons is so fun, guys. You wouldn't believe how immersive it is. All you have to do is add your initiative plus the intelligence plus the.
So your attack is 2d7 plus 4d6 with a modifier of 17.
And you're like, you guys, it's so immersive. You'll not even remember that you're not just doing
You won't
that.
remember you're playing a game. Wait, do I have proficiency in firearms? Damn.
Okay, so the ones who fail their saves, they will take 6 damage, both of them.
Okay.
And their speed will be halved until the start of their next turn.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, they're barely going to be able to reach you. Get that, and then half damage for the failed save, or no damage on failed save for that one. Does it say?
Let's see. On the successful fail, a creature takes half as much damage. Yeah, so he would the one who saved will take half damage, so he'll take 3 damage, and he will have no reduction to his speed.
Okay, perfect. All right,
Why?
and then
Why would you?
oh, I forgot to finish that one. Why do you hate me so much? Okay, Fort. What are you thinking? There's a few people are injured in the front, a few people are injured off to the left, and there's still a few on the right that are sort of closing in as well.
I'll be right back. Just real.
Yep, you're okay, Fluff.
So I'm gonna turn to one of them, one of the ones on the right, and I'm just gonna try to bonk him really hard on the head with my staff to knock him out.
Go for it.
What should I roll?
Yeah, so if you're going to, are you using roll 20 to God Nuntius? Are you using roll 20 or how are you rolling your dice?
I do the dice maiden.
Okay. So if you're going to the main thing is you're doing it with just your regular weapon, right?
Yeah, the quarterstaff that
Yep.
I have.
So the first thing it's always going to be is it's going to be a D20 plus your proficiency plus your strength, unless that, because I don't think that one's finesse.
What?
The
Okay.
quarterstaff.
I don't think so.
So that'll be a D20 plus your proficiency plus your strength, unless you use that special druid cantrip that I forget the name of, because it's like Shillelagh?
Shillelagh or
Shillelagh?
I think it's pronounced Shillelagh, yeah.
Yeah, I read it once. And I was like, but I feel like it's got a law at the end, like a.
So it says on the sheet proficiency bonuses too. That's what
Yep.
I'm assuming is added.
Yep. So strength plus that will always be your plus to hit with your melee weapon, at least that melee weapon. So that's probably around like +3, +4, like all together or something like that. I forget what your strength was.
Oh, my strength is a 0, but I'm assuming just the weapon proficiency itself is a 2.
Yep. So you'll add 2 to any D20 that you roll automatically. And if you later take the cantrip Shillelagh, you get to add your casting modifier of wisdom instead of strength to your roll, which makes you a little more effective at melee weapons as a druid.
Oh, I should do that next time.
Yeah,
You could either do that or pick up primeval claws or something like that, which allows you to scratch somebody for acid damage.
And I know you guys, some of you are still new players, so if you want to add anything to your characters, like just retcon it back in, like just be like, oh, I always took that cantrip and move another one. So don't be afraid to retcon your characters if you need to if you thought I'd use something and then decided you didn't.
So I got a 20 on that, and then now I just roll for the attack, right?
Did you roll a 20 on the dice or with the +2?
With the +2.
Okay, not a nat 20. I was just making sure that I didn't want to take you off of getting your awesome crit if you got it.
I'm not Cal, you know. I'm not gonna like one shot people.
That's
You're just gonna murder somebody.
That definitely is gonna hit though.
Yeah. And then so I do 1d8. Which is an 8, and then it says on the character sheet +2.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So you'll always add your. Oh wait, you have 0 strength, so it should just be your whatever your damage roll was, which is we use it two-handed is D8.
Yes.
Yeah. So whatever you rolled on the dice is the damage. Yeah.
I got an 8.
Nice. Full damage. Okay. You bonk him hard. Like that actually that puts him like down like on the ground a little bit. Like you could like you bonk and that shit like bonks him like he like stumbles to the ground a bit. He's not completely Yeah, I mean she bonked him. She bonked him hard.
You actually hear like the noise too, like the cartoon style.
Yeah,
noise.
Oh, I don't have that one. I don't even have that sound. Man, I should get that. Because it can't boing. Like she can't be like you bonk him. that shit doesn't fucking feel right.
Not at all.
Motherfucker, I forgot. I spent so much time doing the real D&D prep. I didn't put cool sound effects and shit on my fucking thing. One day. But you bonk him, and while he's not completely out of the fight, you definitely he's down on the ground, like for sure. Okay, and so they're gonna a few are gonna run at you. So the one that you attacked, Cal, is out of the fight. You broke his spirit, and Ari brought him back from the brink of death.
This poor guy.
Fluff, two of them are gonna close in on you. And
sounds good.
They are going to definitely miss. I don't even need to know your AC. I know they miss. Not nat ones, but they were like 4 and 5.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
And then we've got Barusid. Because of the ones you slowed, they're actually caught. Like, so they're trying to move toward you. But they're sort of moving almost like in slow motion. They're caught in this like almost a viscous sludge, it feels like to them, as they're trying to run at you and can't figure out why. So they kind of are swinging their weapons and trying to run at you, but they just can't quite reach you. But they're getting close. Like, you can tell that that's
Okay.
gonna break pretty soon here.
They're like 10 feet away from me or something like this, or
Yeah, they were, I think they were like 15 feet away, and they basically used like half their movement speed. So they're gonna get to you next round, even slowed. But they were just out of reach there. And the one that you bonked, Court, is down, at least down for the moment, and is kind of like backing up to get to their feet. And his two friends that are sort of closing in from the right are going to take a swing at you. And that's even worse than the ones that attacked Fluff. I literally rolled double 3s on 2 D20s that time.
Oh yeah.
And let me make sure I got them all 1, 2.
That's what you get for not using real dice.
Yeah, I fucking guess. Okay, I think that was actually all of them. Not one hit. I gotta get a new dice program. Can't let you guys get away unscathed.
They're sick. They're just they can't hit anything because they're sick.
Yeah, well, they are.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are.
Plot armor,
That's
plot
true.
armor.
Oh, yeah, plot armor. you guys have plot armor. I'll never do damage to you. That's actually how it works. But
Yeah.
no, so they're desperately trying to kind of get at you, but you guys are able to deftly dodge, block, and sort of parry those swings, or in the mage's case, is able to sort of keep them away from you altogether. Ari saved that one's life and took him out of the fight. So there's only 7 left in the room, and a few of them are pretty hurt. And you guys are good to take action again.
What's Peach doing? He's not helping?
Peach is wrestling that one by himself. He's off to the side wrestling a guy with a sword. He's a half elf. He's very like, he's not losing the fight, but like they're like caught in a grapple match over in the corner.
They're wrestling, you know.
Yeah, they're doing some Olympic wrestling off to the side.
Okay, well, I'm gonna, I guess, just
Whip one in the throat.
Nope, I'm just gonna walk myself over to the guy that Peach is like trying to wrangle. Can I am I able to like surprise him? Does he notice that I'm gonna walk up to him? Can I just like try and like grab his arms behind his back?
Yeah, I mean he's in a battle, like, so you could sneak up on him pretty easily. He's in battle. He's paying attention like to the battlefield, but they're kind of they don't have a high perception. They're very engrossed in what's in front of them, and he's trying to wrestle Peach down.
Okay, well, what do you want me to roll for that? Because I'm not like attacking. I'm just trying to like.
Yeah, roll an athletics check.
I got a 16.
Yeah, you can definitely grapple him. Yep, my contest is
Okay. Well, I'm going to like put his hands behind his back and take out some of my rope and like, I guess, tie his hands together so we can't do anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like sit him down.
Yeah, you put him down on the ground. You kick him in the back of the legs or whatever you want to do, and tie him together. And are you going for the full hog tie, or are you just getting just his hands?
No. Yeah, just his
Okay.
hands.
He sort of falls to the ground, and you sort of see some of that, like, that fight is still there. Like he's sort of wriggling, like he wants to get out of there and do something, but you tied a good enough knot that he's going to be pretty caught with his hands behind his back. And
Cool.
Peach kind of looks at you and says, "Hi, thanks for that one." And you start to see him sort of form like a little bit of a fireball in his hands, like as he joins the fight.
She winks at him and be like, "No problem, baby."
Oh yeah.
All right, what do we do, boys?
I will go next.
Go for it.
So there's 2 on me now.
Yeah, you got 2
The
on
one
you.
I bonked before, and
Yes.
one joined him.
Yep.
Okay. I'll do another jump. It doesn't specifically say that I move. It says I do a jump attack, so I don't know if that'll trigger opportunity, technically.
I don't think so, because you're not actually moving space inherently. Like you're not moving.
Yeah, I'm
like
not
on a map. You're not actually moving space. So
Yeah.
we'll say no for now, but we'll see.
Okay.
I don't. That would be crazy. I
Again-
feel like they wouldn't have wanted it designed that way. Otherwise, that'd be like. That's,
I get
that would be-
opportunity attacked every time I do
every
something.
single turn seems like an intense amount of opportunity attacks.
Yeah. I get beaten up a lot.
Maybe if you're a
So
barbarian.
I kind of leap again to like a side of a wall, and then I jump back at the one that I already hit. He has to again make the dive DC check. It's they need to make higher. It's a dexterity saving throw. They need to roll higher than a 12.
That one he did make. This is the only guy I can roll good on. Apparently, this guy's invincible.
Avoiding all my dive DC
Yeah, this
checks.
is.
Yeah,
I can't roll one fucking guy to slash a sword, but this guy can dodge every fucking move that you throw at him.
you can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball. Again, going for non-lethal. I'm gonna roll to hit him. That's gonna hit 19 plus 4, so 23.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's gonna. Yeah, that takes him out of commission.
I haven't done damage yet. That's just
Oh
hitting
shit.
him.
Okay, I was
Let me
like.
roll. I don't do 23 damage.
I know.
wish.
I thought. Literally, I was distracted enough, but I was like, 23. Holy shit! What? I must have missed something.
Listen, I don't min max that hard. Okay. Like,
Yeah,
holy
that's definitely gonna hit though.
You're out of commission, Dice. I can't use you no more. 2 plus 2, 4. He made it, so I need to roll the d6, and he'll take half of that. 5 damage in all.
Okay, perfect.
And that's on the one that I already bonked previously.
Yeah, and that's gonna. You can see that is slowing him down. He looks a little dazed as you catch him that time. He still sort of is up, but he looks a little off as they're coming at you.
And I guess I can technically choose where I land, so I'll land behind them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, casters, what are we doing?
Yeah. They're kind of moving towards me, right? Two
Yeah,
of them.
yeah, they're moving towards you. You'll get like this action you're taking, like as they'll be getting close to you, but you do have time for this action will happen right before they reach you. So yeah, you'll still have time to land one more.
Okay, I'm gonna. How are they looking? Are they looking hurt, or are they just coming?
Yeah, no, I mean the ones that you hit definitely, like you can see that they do look like they're still coming at you. So like I wouldn't say that they're not as like dazed as some of the other ones that you might have seen take those hits, but you can tell they're not at full fighting strength.
Okay, is there 3 of them or 2 of them that are coming towards me?
I think 2 of them are coming. No, there's 3. You're right. 3 are still coming.
Okay.
There's 3. Had to check my reference.
Something real quick.
I'm just gonna. Shit. We shouldn't kill them, right?
We'll try not to.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna throw the.
As long as you don't
I'm-
actively crit, I'll assume that any power that you guys use, I would assume you can control the strength of to some degree, unless there's a really specific reason you couldn't. Like I don't know that you could throw a fireball with like less intensity. I don't know. I guess maybe you could. They don't really tell you exactly how magic works. So I like to think that you guys have a pretty decent amount of control over how much, like, whether you were going to lethally do damage or not.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna target one of them, and
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Puppet.
Okay.
That's a first level spell. So one of them has to make a Constitution saving throw. And I guess it's 13 still then,
Yep.
which is the spell DC. Yeah.
He rolled a 6. That is not looking good for him. That's gonna land.
Okay, so he has to use his full speed.
Hmm?
He has to drop his sword that he has in his hand,
Okay.
and he has to run his full movement towards. Which of my allies is he closer to?
One of your allies. Probably I would say that Fluff's probably the closest to you. I mean,
Yeah,
and then the people in back in general.
he's gonna run full speed against towards Fluff without a weapon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
That's perfect. So he'll run full speed past that for his turn. I'll mark that down. That'll probably get the free opportunity attack. That's a cool spell. Pretty interesting.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And then Ari and Quart.
Which one of these guys looks like they're the toughest?
The toughest?
The enemies. Which one looks like they're going to not go down if
Yeah.
I hit them with something that would kill them?
I would say that there's still 2 on the field that look at full strength.
Okay.
So like there's still 2 that if you were looking, you would think they're looking stronger than the rest.
Yeah, because Ari doesn't have any damage-dealing things he can do that wouldn't like kill people because it's
Right.
poison.
Right, it's a lot of chemical, which as you
So what he's
get those
gonna
burns.
do is he's gonna point at one. First, he's going to back up and stand behind Red.
Nice.
Well, I'm over by Peach, so
Then I'm going backwards into the hallway.
That's okay.
Away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just away.
Nope, that's totally fine.
Then he's gonna cast a Ray of Sickness at one of these guys.
Perfect.
Does a 7 hit?
Let me check. Is that a damage, like an attack roll? Is that how that one works?
It's an attack roll.
7 does not hit.
Okay, I've wasted a first level spell slot.
Oh my god. Dude, I hate casting attack roll spells. That's why that's the most frustrating part about spell casting is like there's so many that you get just the free hit and half damage. Like it's so tough to do those.
Yeah, and none of my bonus actions are things I can do. I don't have any bonus actions. So that's it for my turn.
Okay, Quart.
So the guy I originally bonked, he's still kind of down and dazed, right?
Yeah, he's down and dazed. Yep.
I'm just gonna. I want to like tie him up real quick, so he's like completely out of commission from the battle.
Okay, yeah. No,
And
that's
this is
totally
like I
fine.
want to tie them up like imagine damsel in distress on the train tracks tying.
Oh.
Yeah, make an athletics check. I'm gonna give him disadvantage on this since he's dazed and injured. You know what? Never mind. Forget the athletics check. Unless you roll a nat 1, I rolled a 2. So.
I rolled a nat 20. So.
You rolled a nat 20.
Oh damn! You tie him.
We're actually gonna say then for a nat 20 because that's without doing damage, that's a little hard to do. We're gonna say that you actually tie him up so effectively that it was only your bonus action, and you can still take an action to go after another patient.
Oh shoot. Okay, then I'm gonna turn to one of the people's going after me and just like straight up tackle into them as hard as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I've ever heard someone say I'm going to tackle into someone as hard as I can. But fair enough. Okay, make a athletics check again. Do an athletics check.
Sounds good. Okay, 17 plus athletics. Yeah, so it's just a flat 17.
That was even my best roll yet, and it still was lower than that. 17 is gonna actually you're still gonna take out the contested roll. You totally tackle a guy. I'm gonna give him 1d4 bludgeoning damage real quick, just from the fall. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Sure thing.
And he is grappled.
I rolled a 1.
He rolled a 1. Hey, that's okay. You bonk him on the way down, and he is grappled by you currently. Okay. And then Fluff, the guys that you're fighting with are gonna turn on you for one final attack. I'm gonna roll disadvantage on the guy that's really dazed. He does miss. He takes a swipe at you, but is just out of it. But his friend does take a slash at you with a short sword, and I think that one will hit. A 18 will hit you.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Oh, but he only rolled a 1 on damage plus 2, so 3 damage. Finally,
Oh, no.
finally somebody takes a cut. I'm gonna count that as a fucking hit. So 3 damage. He kind of gets you with a little jab, but you're able to avoid the bulk of the danger there.
My nice cloak.
Oh, and another one for you. As you're sort of dodging that, you see like a random dude just come running by you with no weapon.
Yep.
As you see him fleeing from Bartimius's direction, and you're gonna get a free
slowly.
opportunity attack on that guy. So why don't you roll me an opportunity attack?
Sure. Also, I had to finally write it down and stick it to my monitor because I have forgotten to reroll 1s and 2s on my damage twice now because I took that fighting style.
Yep.
So we're gonna try to remember it this time. 13 plus 4, 17 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay. We'll do, and there's no bonus damage on this one because I'm not diving or jumping or anything. So D8. Okay, so on that bonk, I did 9 damage.
Yeah, perfect. Non-lethal, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, you are able to take that guy out of commission. Nice teamwork, boys.
I clothesline him with my
Yep,
staff,
he
basically.
he comes running away. He has no clue why it's happening. Even in his sort of sleep-deprived addled mind, he just is. Nothing makes sense as he runs past you, and you clothesline him with a fucking spear.
Oh yeah.
So you and Bartimius took him out, and one more is finally going to. Oh, wait, no, 2 more are actually going to make it to you now, Bartimius, and take a swing at you.
Yeah. I'm gonna use. Can I use shield as a?
Is it a reaction?
I think so. Yeah. Let me double check.
Yeah, double check. If it's a reaction, you could definitely use it. If it's bonus action, it has to be done on the same turn, or like during your turn. But if it's a reaction, then you can use it on enemy turns.
One reaction. Casting time. One reaction.
Yeah, perfect. Go ahead and use shield then.
Yeah. That means until the start of my next turn, I have a +5 bonus to my AC.
And no joke, it's gonna save you. I actually rolled high enough to break your AC, and that stopped it. So as he's just about to come in and pierce you with another like dagger or short sword, and you sort of, or you can describe it if you want. What does your barrier sort of look like as he comes in for a stab?
I'm just gonna like see him coming. I'm getting pretty sober at this point. You know, my adrenaline is kind of pumping a little bit. So I'm just gonna show both my hands forward, and like a barrier will just stop the blades from reaching in contact with my body at all.
Yeah, so it catches. Like you could see, like they're kind of touching it, trying to figure out why they can't get at you in their furious stabbings.
And I will just like say to whoever I can hear it, like some help would be would be good. Yeah.
Okay, and then I think I have one more on Marble's side, but we bonked one down. I think you have one on the ground, one's bonked, and I'm gonna guess that 10 does not break your AC probably as a druid.
No, I believe my AC 17.
Okay, so they came in to stab you, but just as they're about to stab you, they watch you just tackle a guy right in front of them, and they just stab the air as you take down their cohort in that round that you took. And you guys are ready to finish this up, I think. You guys are in a good position.
How many more are there?
There's only a couple more. There is 3 are disabled. 1 is on the ground, currently grappled, ready to be disabled. So 4 are almost out of commission, 2 are hurt, and 1 is still fine.
Can they all be frightened?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're not immune to frightened, so yeah, they can be
Okay.
frightened.
Uh,
Yeah.
Can I try and use my thaumaturgy to just tell them all to sit down in like a really scary voice?
Interesting. Yeah. Roll an intimidation check.
I mean, I don't have to roll anything. I just do it.
No, I know, but I meant like roll the intimidation check for how intimidating your voice is to them, I suppose.
Forte. Oh shit, I have intimidation. That's lucky. Oh, that is 11.
11?
That O did not
Yeah.
Uh-oh. When you hear roll and then uh-oh.
It's
I'm gonna say that what do you yell?
I'm just gonna yell really loudly. Well, not yell, but like my voice is gonna boom. Sit down.
Nice. I was hoping you were gonna be like, do not take me for some conjurer of cheap
Oh
tricks.
my god, no.
No, yeah. I'm gonna say that there's one guy that's really hurt. I think it's the one that Fluff's been beating up.
Yeah.
He's dazed, he's missed his attacks, and that takes him out of the battle, like for sure. Like that's scary enough to him that that's gonna take him out of the fight. So that's another one disabled.
Okay.
I go ahead and sit down too. I was like, oh yes, ma'am. Oh, that's not for me. Never mind.
Wait, just one?
Just one.
That only does one?
On an 11, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
They're a bit deranged. They
At
might not
least
be
you didn't. At
easily
least you didn't
frightened.
cut his throat. Okay, but I think that you guys have now disabled 4 with one more that that Quartz on top of, ready to disable when she spends her turn. I think you could tie up someone that you've grappled. So you've got 4 disabled with a 5th one ready to be disabled, and only 3 more on the field. 2 of them are currently pushing Varus, or for Bartimius. Your wizard Bartimius in the back is holding off 2 with a shield held up, and 1 is still coming after. So the last few are in the back line. 1 going after your druid off to one side, and 2 pushing at your wizard off to the other.
There's still one on me, I think, as well.
Oh, let me check. Let me make sure I didn't miss one.
There were 2, and one of them sat down.
Oh yeah. You're right.
You have to sing.
What?
Yep, Dick Dack redeemed sing mode.
No.
Oh my god.
Have fun.
I can't do that while I'm doing D&D. You guys can't do that to
Then
me.
why is it on here?
Well, I mean, it's on for the days where I do a real stream.
I guess you better sing us a sea shanty.
This is the best time to do it. This is like the most.
Can you do like
Well, I guess
Total
it's
Eclipse of the Heart?
I guess it's
Now?
at least I guess at
No,
least
do that auto tune thing so that your voice keeps.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's combat mode. So yeah, I'll do combat in auto tune voice. I'm glad to do it, guys. We're gonna do combat
no.
in auto tune voice for the rest of this battle. Fluff was right. Fluff has one more on him. There's 2 guys over on the other one. And okay, what do you guys do?
I will go ahead and use my jump again.
Yeah,
like
go
jumping.
for it. Take him out.
Gonna go for the guy still on me. We're gonna roll his dex save. You're gonna be
Yes.
taking a lot of those. Sorry.
Nope,
Every
that's
time I
okay.
attack, it's
I will roll one. It is a 10.
that fails. It will take the extra damage.
All right, so
Let's see
he
if
will
I
take
hit him
the
first,
extra
though.
damage. You can hit him so hard.
What is that? 7 probably is not enough.
7 damage?
No, 7 to hit.
Oh, 7 to hit. 7 does not hit.
No, it does not.
All right,
All right.
my casters.
No, are you going first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So there's just one more guy, right?
Yeah,
No, there's
the
2
one.
on me and 1 on you.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, one on me.
and one. You've got one ready to. The one that you're tackled on top of. you can use your bonus action to restrain as well, since you've already got
Oh,
him grappled.
yeah, I'll use my bonus action to also tie him up like a damsel in distress.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turn my focus to the other guy, and I'm like, I'm gonna tackle you next.
Oh God. You're doing like one of those like from the ground, like wrestling tackles where you like launch up at him.
It's
Yeah.
like a John Cena turtle. It's
Okay.
crazy.
I love it. I did not expect the druid to be the wrestler of the group. That's caught me off guard, but I'm super into it. Okay, make an athletics check.
All's
just
fair when
wanna know
you're
what
trying
this
to fight
sounds
for
like
your life.
from
You're gonna have to roll high this time. I rolled
Oh,
a
dear God.
17 this time. Apparently, this is the super healthy one that Ari was looking for.
Let's see. Yeah, I definitely do not. I just miss him. I rolled a 9.
Okay, yeah. So you hit him, but he kind of is able to push you off of him, and is still sort of standing. And we still have Ari and Bartimius.
Ari, you wanna go?
Sure. The guy's still up, right?
Yes, he is still up. Yes.
Is he within 10 feet of me? What do you say?
Yeah. You definitely. Especially if you move in at all, like, because
Yeah, I'll move in a little bit.
yeah, but you're definitely within 10 feet.
I am going to kind of reach into a pouch and bring out what looks like a vial that has some green liquid in it. And it also has like a spray top. And I'm just going to go, did I cast poison spray?
Nice,
I'm
absolutely.
going to need a constitution save.
Constitution save coming up.
I can't do this. This is too good. Ugh.
Okay.
Where are you targeting, Ari?
I'm targeting the last guy.
He rolled a 12. That's not looking good for him.
That is a failure, so he's
Okay.
going to take poison damage.
Yep, get him. Get him.
Oh, he takes 1 poison damage. That's
What? That cannot be right. 1 poison damage cannot be right.
I rolled a d12. That could have been a 12.
Oh man, all right, and then we come to out of a 12. That is just the worst. Bartimius, you're holding 2 back with your shield. They're clawing to get in at you. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have. I gotta.
Probably didn't sound as epic. I was doing that in like an action voice, but I forgot that I have on this other thing. So
Yeah. I gotta get them off me. I can't have them clawing at me. So
yeah, this might be a reason to use force. Like if you were ever
Yeah.
gonna have to use force, this seems like a reason.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm
Not
gonna
gonna-
cast Icing Death's Frost.
Mhm.
That's a 15-foot cone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast it straight ahead of me.
Yep, you'll catch them both in that.
Each creature in the area must make a Constitution saving throw. On the failed save, a creature takes 3d8 cold damage.
Okay. They both failed. Definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll make a roll.
3d8s. That's a big hit.
Yep.
And cold might not kill them technically. That's still a pretty lethal attack. Depends, I guess, if you freeze them solid. I guess if you do like all
Get hypothermia.
No, they're
Pass
fucked.
out.
They both take 17 points of damage.
Yeah, that's definitely going to decommission both of them. This is
They're covered in ice for 1 minute or until a creature uses its action to break the ice off itself or another creature. A creature covered in ice has its speed reduced to 0. On a successful save, a creature takes half as much damage. Yeah, but they both failed, so they're both covered
and
in ice.
one is going to die because he was kind of injured from your first attack. So we're gonna say one was put down by the attack, but you were able to spare one of their lives because he still had a lot of health So the 17 didn't push way over his health. So one of them sort of is frozen and stuck in ice, like encasing him to some degree around his legs and stuff. And the other one did fall down and is dead.
Yeah. He can still attack me though. I think because he is within
Did you just say
melee,
he's
right?
dead?
One
Well,
died. One died. The other is still alive. One of them only had 4 HP left, and he did 17. So I said that guy took too much cold damage to withstand it. The other one though was at 14 health, so he took all of his health. He's out of commission, but he's not dead. He is still alive.
Okay, so that means all of them are
Well,
unconscious or dead.
I guess to be fair, yeah, I should rephrase. He's unconscious. The other one you were able to only knock out. I guess I was using them separately. The other one is dying. The other guy is just unconscious, like you knocked him out.
Can we please change the voice?
Yeah, I think it's
oh, suddenly it's not fun anymore.
That was like 5 straight minutes.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of
Ooh.
forgot it was on because I don't hear it myself. I don't hear it myself
The worst
because
part about it is I couldn't hear your inflection.
yeah, right.
So
That's what I was
didn't-
so mad about because I was like, Verusid, you're holding the shield. They're desperately trying to get at you, and I'm like, they're desperately trying to get at you, Verusid. Like,
It's all
yeah,
fun
no.
and games until the wizard kills someone, right? It's like-
Yep.
So,
But no, that technically you're right. Technically, the game institutes that as long as it's not twice their total health or something, they're only dying. They enter a dying state.
That's only for player characters.
Yeah.
DMs run it differently sometimes. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
That's up to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that one. If that one doesn't get some serious medical attention soon, he'll be dead. The other one though, you spared. He's only not incapacitated.
Yep.
I'll run up to the one who's dying and break off the ice and try and save them with a medicine check if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
have.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
have a healer's kit or anything like that. So
I push Anaria out of the side and I start healing him with some mending.
You just push him?
Mending doesn't heal. Mending closes
My bad.
broken things.
Yeah,
Cure
mending.
wounds,
Yeah.
healing word, which one?
Yeah,
Cure wounds
or
word,
healing
definitely.
word. Either one would work. Mending is to fix objects. So if you broke a pendant, if you broke your staff, if you broke an item,
He
you
broke
can
his
fix
leg.
it. I mean, technically, that's a real toss up, but
I
Okay,
broke
I'll
his
use
bones.
cure wound.
yeah,
Okay.
okay. Go ahead and roll
and
for
then
that.
I kind of smack Bartmius on my way there. It's like, you gosh darn young whippersnappers, we're only supposed to put them unconscious.
In Bartimius's defense, he was like, "Be like, guys, help!"
Let's see.
Gotta go with the Master Oogway kind of energy.
To be fair, when I left the voice on, looking at the numbers, this is why the game goes crazy sometimes. I was like 90% sure that battle was gonna end last round, and then we rolled like 1 on poison, and Fluff like missed his attack, and then suddenly you're like, you think it's over in 1 round, and then 3 rounds later you're like, shit, I should have put less guys in this room. One of our longest running jokes is a fight went on too long, and my lazy DM brother-in-law was like, the rest die of fright. And we were like, what? He's like, they fall down. They're dead. They're dead of fright. I don't want to do this anymore.
That's why I tried to do thaumaturgy because I'm like, I think we've been doing this battle for over half an hour.
To be fair, I really thought we were going to win last round, or I would have probably ended it quick. I wouldn't have left the voice on so long if I thought it was going to go for that long. But yes, you guys almost have them all out of commission. I think there's literally...
I think there's one.
Bartimius took them all. It's just one.
Let Peach take the last one.
Yeah, I actually forgot to roll him last turn. He can roll.
Like few turns.
Yeah, he can definitely roll. He's gonna cast that flame ball I said he was holding like 30 seconds ago. And
he's been
he
holding that
rolled
flame for a while.
14 to hit. That will hit. So he's throwing a fireball. Is fireball or firebolt D10? Is that right? I haven't played a wizard in a while.
I can
And
look
I
for
think
you.
Fireball, what?
Firebolt is D10, right? Your cantrip for wizards.
Firebolt deals 1d10 on a hit,
Okay.
Yeah.
or more if they're higher level.
Okay, 6 damage. Oh, that's actually a pretty good hit. So the last one, which is I think the one that you're battling currently, over there, Quart, is pretty injured. I think that you guys can bring him down. And I bet not even. I bet one more turn will do it. And he's going to take one more stab at Quart, who tried to tackle him before his fate is met. And I'm gonna guess, oh, not too bad. 14. Does 14 break your AC, Quart?
My AC 17.
17. He glances off your Ninja Turtle shell and is unable to land a blow. And whoever wants to end this battle can take this guy out.
I mean, I'll try if my dice let me.
We all fail again. Oh my god.
This is still not as bad
Okay.
as. Remember that time
I hit him.
Good. Roll damage.
His dex save real quick while I roll damage.
Yeah. Oh man, he rolled a 14. Is that equal?
No, that passed it, which is fine. He'll just take half from the d6. So he took 9.
Perfect. That's exactly the amount I needed. Not even fudging it. That really is exactly. That's perfect. That disarms the final patient. And you guys also, I think, went over and you saved the one guy. I forgot to mark that. So I think all in all, I think between Ari and Quart, I think you guys not only dispatched all the enemies, but you also were able to keep them all alive. So no deaths from you guys there. So really well done. Not even that one where Cal cut his throat open and he was bleeding everywhere, because Ari saved the day on that one and Quart saved that second one. You guys were both quick. So yeah, you guys go ahead.
So the guy didn't die?
No, we were able. Everyone was safe, thanks to your on-staff doctor and resident druid. Oh, I just messed up my roll 20. Yeah, you guys were able to keep everybody alive there, which I did not think when I first saw Cal do cut a guy's throat open 10 seconds in. I was like, uh-oh.
Okay, Scorching Ray. No, I'm just
Scorching Ray. The whole group. You line them up and you actually execute them all individually. God damn,
we just
bro.
wanted them to watch. We wanted them to die a better way.
That reminds me, this little quick story. I was playing in a game and we were low level, and a riot broke out. And same thing, we're supposed to keep them alive. I did not specify that my Thundering Wave was non-lethal. Not only did I not specify that, but I rolled max damage and killed about 7 civilians.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Well, they were rioters, but we weren't supposed to kill them. But
can you make spells like that non-lethal though? Can you do that?
It depends. It depends on the DM. I like to think that most of you, if it's a spell that you've been using a long time, a cantrip, a level 1, a level 2, I like to think that you probably have control over the magic to some degree, enough that you could maybe hold back some of your energy. Some of them might be less, like if you call down a lightning bolt from the sky, I don't know that you would have full control over something like that, or even a full blast fireball. But for something like your cantrip firebolt or something, I think that you could aim it. You might do damage to them, but I think you could at least aim it non-lethally to some degree. Because we have to remember, you guys are adventurers, so you're more skilled than the average person in the world. But I like to think that you have a pretty decent grasp over, unless it's a brand new talent or skill.
Yeah.
That fight probably gave Cal flashbacks to that time that I put 4 crocodiles in a room and then accidentally made the fight go on for an hour because I kept grappling enemies, and then eventually I just had to fucking kill the crocodiles. Because I was that's when I started learning to fudge rolls. I used to be anti-fudging rolls ever in any capacity until I had an hour-long fight with 4 crocodiles that just kept grappling my people. And I was like, oh my god, dude, I've got to end this fight. But yeah, go ahead.
So I think Inaria is going to slump up against a wall. And he's had this little cask on his back this whole time. He takes it out, and it's got multiple different spouts. And he goes, not that one, not that one, not that. This one. And he opens one up, takes out a beaker from his alchemist supplies, and pours a beer and holds it up.
I fucking love it.
Anybody? Anybody?
Okay. Yeah, no, I grab it.
Yeah.
Everyone fights
I
for
take out
it.
another. I take out.
They're all
Erlenmeyer
going for it.
flask.
Roll initiative.
I take out
Are
an
you rolling?
Erlenmeyer flask and I pour another one, and I just start passing people beer.
Uh,
I now have 8 gallons of beer.
I down it.
I like that no
Yeah.
one made sure like it was beer before they drank it. They just took this alchemist
Yep.
word that he was pouring beer into a cup.
Yep.
Just so you know, every single one of the beakers or flasks that I hand you may or may not still have chemicals residue on them.
I'll
if
still
I
take
gain
it.
Spider-Man powers,
Right.
I'll still take it.
I
Yeah,
rolled a
that-
17 for the beer.
Inari doesn't know what Inari doesn't know what lab safety is.
Yeah.
There's a reason he has scars.
That's a funny trait, honestly. Like, doesn't know what lab safety is a funny like trait for a character for sure.
Why would I wear goggles whenever it obstructs the view of the chemical reaction I'm standing
Where's
over?
your eye wash station, bro?
Hey,
What's
he keeps
that?
his hair pulled back at least.
Oh no, he doesn't. The thing holding his
Oh!
hair back is the stir rod, so he takes it out whenever he's working.
Oh
The edges
my
of his hair
God.
all look cut in random places because he's gotten the edges of his hair wet with chemicals. So he's had to cut it off real quick.
But yeah, so you guys are standing over this. You are victorious. You were able to stop these guys both from hurting you guys and from hurting other patients or themselves. You did some damage to them, but you were able to keep them all alive, and they will recover, all of them. And Peach, yeah, go ahead.
Are we still we are still close to the patients, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the doctors and things are coming back in to kind of help some of these patients that are now very out of it. Some of them unconscious, some of them regaining consciousness but are a little like out of it. They're moving some of these people back to beds and things, but you're definitely still near them and not far like from them at all.
Okay, I'm gonna use my last first level spell to cast detect magic.
Yeah.
And just to check if there's like any magical influence over these people or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me 1 sec. I got to refresh. Give me a quick refresher course. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to lie, most of the groups I played with, I don't know if I've ever heard someone say I cast detect magic. Like that's something I hear good players do. My players are like, I hit it. I punched the shit out of it. I don't know if I've ever heard someone say the words, I cast detect magic. Because it's a first level spell slot, and that first level spell slot could be a damage spell. So I love it. And actually, you do see a light aura of a darkish reddish purple around some of these people that were having it. You can tell that to some degree there was magic involved in driving them to this madness.
Do you tell everybody?
Yeah, I do. I tell yeah, I do. I tell everybody. I'm like,
Here.
there's something wrong with these people from a magical perspective. This is some dark influence. It's a bad omen.
I know a little bit about stuff like that. Here, and I take my beaker and I down the rest of it, and then pour myself another, and walk over and set it down. And I'm going to cast Identify as a ritual on one of them.
My girl's just like, huh, and shrugs and drinks the rest of her.
Yeah, there's 8 gallons, and each one of them is like each one of the cups is like a cup. So we have a lot of beer.
Well, she will take another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
we can get shit faced tonight.
as you sort of cast the identify and sort of try to glean the properties of this, it does elude you to some degree. You can, similar to this, you can sort of sense the aura. You can sense that the magic caused it, but you can't quite pair it to a specific spell or a specific place. But you can tell that it was dark magic.
So it's resisting my identify.
Yeah, or it's either there's either resistance or there's it's not attached to a spell but could rather be a different magical effect causing it
Uh,
externally.
I
Could I
believe
make a roll?
identify doesn't matter if it's a spell or not, does it?
Let me
If
look.
any spells are affecting,
Let me check. Let me read through it real quick. Let me double check. 'Cause
no, you're right. It's spells specifically. I'm pretty sure, or what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. Yeah, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
but while you're identifying, you see the similar things. So with your own eyes, you're able to sort of confirm this. You feel a darkness. You feel something is not right. It puts you at a little unease, especially if you are uncomfortable with those sorts of feelings. It can put you at unease, and it feels wrong, like bad magic.
Can I get any insight at all into the magics from casting detect magic? Can I get any insight at all? Is it possible?
Yeah, let me check.
Oh my god, kitties!
You
So many
see?
kitties.
Like, do I have to like make a roll or something, like an Arcana or
Yeah,
a
I'm seeing
religion?
if detect magic has any ability there. Some of those again, like I love getting to learn a new spell, like having to actually read it in depth.
Yeah.
Feet.
Cat.
You're stepping all over the keyboard.
Okay,
Come here.
I think that all
I love
you're able
this.
to glean with detect magic outright is that it is like a dark magic. Uh, it can lead you to a school of magic, if any, but similar to identify, you're having trouble quite gleaning the exact location. But you do sense that it's magically inflected, and you probably have the resources to find out a little bit more about it because you are in the Mages Guild, so there's probably like I would say
Yeah.
that there's probably more that we can learn.
Is there a school of magic here, or is it like necrotic, or is it not of any school? It's
Yeah, it would
more
tell
like
us school. It would tell
Yeah,
him school if he was detecting magic.
yeah, it would. I don't.
Illusion, enchantment,
Yeah,
or
I
necromancy.
don't.
I'm thinking.
I guess if I was gonna go with one, I would say it's probably illusion or divination. Like it would be tough to pinpoint, which is why it sort of is
yeah.
having
It
trouble
doesn't.
pinpointing it.
It doesn't really need to be any school, right? It can be like different source.
Yeah, you don't
Right,
have to.
right. But I would say that it is a type of divination or illusion magic. Something is sort of being there's some trickery at play to some degree, sort of using people's minds against them, and that's the sort of school of magic that you're seeing here.
Yep. Yeah. Great.
But Peach is helping put some people back in beds, and he's very thankful that you guys kept them alive. Uh, but he sort of is turning to you guys and being like, "Oh, that got a little out of hand, didn't it? Well, we're gonna be in quite the boiling pot when the guards find out what these patients did to their men. We'll be lucky if there's no vigilante justice sought here." He like looks at you guys. One of you strong ones, do me a solid and carry one of these upstairs for me. We
I
can.
throw him over my shoulder.
Yeah, perfect. We'll bring
I'm
one with
gonna.
us. He Peach watches you guys try to glean where this magic is from, and that had never occurred to him, even though he knew something was going on. And he's gonna say, uh, Mia is gonna do something that she doesn't much care for, but she's gonna see that it needs done now. And while strapping the patients back into beds, making sure that things are kept, he's going to lead you guys back up to Mia's office.
I'm specifically gonna grab the one that I almost killed.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He's probably not horrified at all. All right, we
As we go
are
up the stairs,
don't get
I'm
his
refilling
arms.
everybody's beer.
we are 3 hours in. Do you guys want to take a stop here, take a break, or keep going? I've got more written, but if 3 hours is where I usually do a check to see how people feel, especially after a long fight like that.
I leave it to the party.
I'm good with whatever.
Oh, I don't care about going longer. I just gotta take a quick break if we're gonna go longer. So
It's
I
just
think
up to you
I
guys.
think it comes
I
down to a thing if she
Yeah, I
needs
have
to get
some
off.
groups. Some groups will play like 5, 6 hours, but I know other groups like we just keep it at a 3. Like, so I just wanted to check in with you guys, see how you feel.
As long as I keep seeing more kitties show up, I think it'll balance out my tiredness.
What about Miss Athena?
I technically have to go at whenever it hits the next hour.
Okay, do you just want to call it now then?
We can probably
You can
call
call
it
it now
there.
then.
Yeah,
works.
we'll do that. We got through the intro. I've got a few more encounters and roleplay pieces set up, so we're probably like halfway through that. And that's the I think the most interesting part of D&D is I've run this campaign episode 1 once before. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but as a DM, a lot of times you'll write it, you'll start it, and like it just won't get off the ground because players will quit or things will happen. So this is actually my second time running this, and my first group, we blew through this. Cal and Fluff both were in this episode once before, and we
gotta remember
blew
that was
through.
Ulfgar.
Yeah, we blew
Ulfgar's
through
a
the
big man.
entire episode
Yeah.
because I had so many and we had, it's not like we didn't do any role playing, but they just like they moved quick, they slammed stuff with hammers, and like it was like, but I never have had players that took the time to detect magic. I have never gotten the chance to do that fun little PvP interaction that I thought was super interesting
fun.
between you
Yeah.
guys at the
Yeah,
beginning.
it was good.
That was so I think that this group is going to be really fun because a lot of times I usually write dialogue and then combat, but I think this group I'm going to be able to leave it a little more open with because you guys are so good at playing your characters and sort of role playing as a group playing together that I think it'll be really, really fun to keep playing. Because that's always tough with episode 1. In episode 1, I always write way too much. It's way too wordy because if my players are nervous, I want to be able to keep just talking until they feel comfortable. But you guys were great at it. There was lots of times where after we finished like a little role play session, I could skip 2 pages of my notes and pick back up in the story. So you guys did really great. That was super fun.
It's really fun. I'm looking forward to next session.
Yeah, and as far as I know, I think we can stick to Saturdays. Let me know what times work best for everyone, but otherwise, we could do 21 or 22 UTC, kind of like similar to today. That should be good for me on most Saturdays. It might change depending on when we have the baby, but that's not till February, so we have time before then.
Yep.
That's just when we see baby Calrix in the face cam.
Yep, I
Just
mean
chilling in your
that's how you
arms.
do. You're like, I turn on the auto tune and be like, "Hush, little baby, don't say a word." Like,
You gotta get him a little like D&D shirt that has like his stats on it
Oh,
and stuff. I've
yeah.
seen those.
I'm just gonna fucking hook him to my chest with one of those fucking like swaddle
The
things.
baby things.
Just be
Yeah.
like,
We don't
well, I'm just
know.
like, all right, guys, we're here to play D&D with like a baby on the front of my chest.
Don't
All right.
listen to this part.
Thank you guys so much for coming, players, and thank
Yeah, it
you
was fun.
those of you who kind of hung out in Twitch chat. Thank you guys. I know I don't interact with Twitch chat when I'm DMing as much because there's so much shit on my screen. I barely have the chat up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was super fun. The layout looks really good. I'm really like happy with how
Yeah.
it turned out. Like you guys all look good on stream. It's awesome. I love it. Posture check. Trying to get me right at the end, Nuntius. Thank you guys. Thank you all players and viewers. Thank you guys for coming. For real. That was super fun. Now I won't feel as much like vomiting on the next session. Getting first session out of the way is always the toughest for players and DMs.
So
hate my
next Saturday,
DM
same time.
curse.
Yeah,
Same
next
time,
Saturday,
same
same
day?
time. Does anyone know they can't make it next week currently?
I'm pretty sure I'm good.
Okay. If
I'm
anything,
gonna make it.
yeah,
no matter what.
if anything changes, just let me know. If anything comes up,
Well,
I know that getting 6 adults together is tough.
Yeah.
So don't ever worry about it. No judgment, but just let me know if anything changes. Otherwise, we'll do next week. Cash fucking money, baby.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right.
All
Bye,
right, guys.
everyone.
Thanks everybody.
Okay.
Bye
Bye.
bye bye bye.
Bye-bye. All right, I'm going to go. Oh, fuck, my webcam's not on. Now it's just a picture of a castle because I forgot it's a new thing. Well, Twitch stream, I forgot that my camera is changed, so you get to just listen to my voice if you're in here. gently talking over this beautiful castle. And thank you guys for coming. That was a fun little D&D session. I'll be back with more game streaming probably on Monday. So look forward to that, guys. And I'll see you back with some more Destiny 2 or Crusader Kings 3 or something along those lines on Monday. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And just ignore that I forgot that it's because I had to use split cam because Windows, it's 2021 and webcams can only go to one source. So I had to use a split cam instead of my regular webcam to send my video to 2 locations. And I forgot to put it on my webcam page. I only put it on the D&D. So that's it. Goodbye. And I'll see you guys on Monday.